Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Clementine Gaming Experience. If you didn't know, this is a VOD, by the way, as shown by the thumbnail. Here's the deal. We're back again, PC Sherpa Live. So I'm going to bring you guys in directly to help out with your issues. I have somebody lined up already to start for number one. And then, I don't know, I might do one more, or help one more person. I don't know how long it's going to be. We'll see. But you guys know the drill. I've done this in the past, so yeah, we just gotta wait for whenever they're ready, and then I'll bring the first one in. And then I'll probably just pick another person from the chat instead of just opening up the channel on my Discord, which you should join, by the way, if you haven't already. First, that's big. What's up, Spicy? Let me do the usual stuff. Post in my Discord, the whole 9 yards. Give me a minute. Do you just help anyone, or is there criteria? Your yearly salary has to be above 60K a year. No, I'm kidding. No, there's no criteria. For some people, if it's like a situation where I know for a fact, like, okay, this is probably what it is, I could just tell it to you and not like show it directly, so that if I see like people asking to join, but it's like a situation like that, I will just, you know, just like say like, hey, do this, and then find somebody else where it's like, if it's like something I really need to like dive into, you know, then I will, which is the case for our first individual here. They DM'd me like yesterday. So day at work will be lurking. Good luck with your raids. No problem. Wait, no problem. I'm sorry. I'm fucking out of it. I don't know what my responses are anymore. You have a good day at work, man. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So he DM'd me. He had a 7800 XT and a 5700 G. Not X, not non-X, G. So that's an issue, firstly. He also had 16 gigs of memory. And I was like, well, there's another issue. Like, you have a really good GPU, but the CPU and the RAM are poo-poo fart in Tarkov terminology, right? So that was the first thing. And I was feeling sick yesterday, so I didn't get to respond to him for basically like the rest of the night. And in the meantime, he has reset his PC, and he has also went out to Best Buy and bought 32 gigs of memory. So that happened. So I was like, this will be an interesting experience, I think, for everybody here. Just like, let's see if throwing money at the problem actually fixed it. Or was it enough money? Or do we need more money? We'll find out. Oh, I forgot to post it in the Discord. Hello. I started just yapping. Let me do that. Winter Storm, not in real life, or in real life, right? Not in Tarkov. Only on YouTube today? No, I'm on Twitch. Is Twitch working? Yeah, Twitch is working. I'm on both. Don't worry. Alright, let me ping the Discord at Businessman. It's PC Sherpa Live time, baby. No, I'm not gonna say baby. Boom. Okay. Let's see, did I post the right link? Yes, I did. Wow.
Getting 8 ads every 20 minutes.
No, getting 8 ads. Average YouTube experience. Okay. Yes, in real life, of course. The storm already hit Tarkov. Yeah, it's like, don't make it be a freaking blizzard, dude. Like, don't, they're like, oh, new event. You can't see past 20 feet. Good luck. If you have any suggestions for an AMD 5900X paired with a 6800 XT, let me know. Have you watched my Process Lasso CPU Affinity Guide? Because if so, I recommend using Process Lasso to make sure Tarkov's isolated to one of the CCDs on your CPU, which, to boil it down, means either the first 6 cores on your 5900X or the second 6 cores. I would recommend doing that first and foremost, and that should help with consistency in your frame rate quite considerably.
It's not a fun
hey,
game.
Andrew, I'm doing okay. I was pretty sick last night, so sorry if I'm like a little bit slower today, but we're doing okay. Doing okay. Hope you're doing well. Is there a sign-up sheet for PC Sherpa? Typically, yes. In this instance, I don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming today, so I figured I would just like grab people from the chat. But I'll open up. It's a Discord channel that I open up, and then people can put their specs in there. So, if I think I need to, then I'll open it up. That's what I typically do. You don't need to pay or anything like that to get a chance to join. I just basically look at your hardware and then pick somebody based on that. So, I only pick people with good hardware though. So, no, I'm kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm kidding. I can sell this. I was going to sort this out before I started the stream, but I figured I was waiting for him, so... Do I get stutters first 5 minutes in the raid? Yeah, it's the AI spawning in. I'm getting high RAM utilization after 2 to 3 raids in every map, so I need Alt F4. Are you on high texture? Oh, medium settings and low texture. Wow. Hypernova, what's up, man? Welcome in. Oh, sweet, I only have the worst hardware. Yep. Actually, yeah. I actually base it based on who I help, based on their salary. Yeah. Yeah, it works pretty well. Yeah. Hey, nobody found this. Hey, what's up, Sloth? Chat? Hi, chat. I had to turn texture quality down to medium with 12 gigs just to swipe. Yeah. I'm playing at high with 16, but it does occasionally become an issue. What do you think about the 7000 series GPU when it comes to encoding for recordings and streams? I am using it. Oh, the sound's not working on the alerts. No. What happened to Streamlabs? Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Give me a second. Okay, and then let me replay this, see if this works.
EFT is not a fun game.
Okay, we're good. Getting bad stutters when it drops from 185 to 110 running with the 9800X 3D. At the beginning of the raid, that makes sense, the AI spawning in. But I do actually use the 7600 for my stream PC. It's been okay. I haven't had any major issues with it. It's done everything I needed to do. It encodes the stream using AV1. It's been pretty solid. Now keep in mind, it's just my streaming PC, so I don't like game while streaming on it. So that would probably be a lot worse, honestly. But even still, it's been good. You plan on using it for a stream PC or something? Streets is rough randomly on the 5800X, the 4080. Oh, ow! Yeah, that is a CPU bottleneck if I've ever seen it before. The 4080 is like overkill for this game, honestly. Unless you're playing at like 1440p higher settings or 4K higher settings, it should handle anything you throw at it for Tarkov. Yeah, you need that CPU upgrade. 20 seconds of ads left. Sorry about the ads. On Twitch, on YouTube I can control when they come up, so I can just like spam 30 at the end. But Twitch I can't. So using high textures with an 8GB GPU is just going to stutter. Oh yeah, 100%. Yo, Clem is a 2070 Super 8GB cooked with patch 16. Not if you're running on low textures, you should be fine. It's just the CPU that would be the issue. What should I do if my game gets to 100% creating loopholes and then gives me a server connection lost? Ah, that's rough. Is it freezing during that process? Everybody talks about paging file being a possible solution, but I wish BSG would just fucking say something. Just like say something, because they announced something in the support when this whole thing happened the last time. And I wish they'd just say something. I know they have something cooking, but I'm like, I wish they would just say something. Anything about that so people stopped fucking throwing that all over the place as a fix-all. Like a fucking snake oil. It can help. Like, there are situations that it helps, especially when you're crashing. But like... It's rough. And I don't have the issue, so I was like, I can't recreate it. Whoa, a 4060 with a 7700. An i7 7700. Whoa, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, you gotta upgrade that CPU. But then you have to upgrade motherboard and RAM too, but that's what you gotta do for platform upgrade. Yeah, Pack, it's not been too bad on this sort of hardware. CPU is an 870K. What generation? Well, what is that? What? Was that fix if you're crashing? An i7. But what's the first? Is it just? Is the 870K a thing? Am I like blanking out? Are we running first gen Intel? Am I tripping? But the paging file thing is this. So when you go to system properties here and then go to advanced and performance, I have a video talking about this. That's why I'm just kind of like going straight to it. But this is what the paging file is. It's essentially backup RAM in case your physical memory gets filled out. That's on your drive. And typically it's set to be system managed on the drive that the OS is installed in. I have it system managed on a different speedy SSD. You don't have to recreate it the way that I have it. But in the past, BSG was recommending to up this to, I think it was something like between 20 and 25 gigabytes, depending on your RAM configuration. But the fix that's been going around lately is upping it to something around 50. Again, this only helps though if you actually have the room on your drive to do this. And also, you shouldn't need to do this. This should not be something you would have to do. You gotta get on that. Sherpa me daddy. What? Voss? What is that? 8700K. Oh yeah, then that's your issue there. Plan to upgrade to a 7800X 3D down the line. Well, 9800X 3D is out right now, too, by the way. So just see what the good price is in like a couple of months, because you know, new GPUs, couple new CPUs launching. Also, sorry if I missed stuff. I gotta make sure I can keep up here. What's the average FPS we should aim for in Tarkov? On a 1200K, 90 to 110 FPS sounds pretty good. I have no context in the map, which is really important to giving you a number, but that's pretty good for a 1200K. That's pretty good. My bad, wrong stream. Now I got somebody lined up first, Jill. I think they're just like making lunch or something, then they're gonna be on. It's a 5700G with so you know it's coming. But after, if you wanna, we can. Hey, oh, that's right. That was me, by the way. Swiss cheese or American cheese? Oh, Swiss cheese. I'm sorry, if you choose American cheese over like 80% of the cheeses that are out there in our glorious earth, you're weird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the way it is. And I'm just the messenger, so don't shoot me for that. I'm just letting y'all know. That's just how it is. That's just what I've been hearing. I'm gonna run a quick scab while we're waiting for our first candidate, and he should be here. Candidate sounds weird. I won't say candidate, but you know what I mean. Client? No. Dude. There we go. That works, yeah. Let's go to customs, because everybody is wanting to do that, and then I'll get my shit rocked. I don't need Sherpa, just trolling. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I know you built that. Did you build a battle mage system? I thought you did. Did you? I was interested in how that was performing. Provolone is king. That's real. Wow. And he has the berserk profile picture. That's how you know that guy's chill as fuck. Wow. That's all right. Yep. Yep. Nominating him as president. You got a 1200K and a 7900 XTX. 48 gigabytes of RAM. That's raising some red flags. Getting maximum 90 on every map. What's the configuration of that memory? That seems a little scuffed. Do you use Voice Meter Banana? I do use Voice Meter Banana. And that's to transfer my audio from here to my stream PC and back and forth. What do you use to monitor your FPS and stuff in your videos? I use CapFrame X. I don't have a video on it. This is what I use here. And this is the overlay here. It's really nice because you can just like import overlays on the fly and then adjust them as you want. So this is what I'm rocking right now. But config a mem. Like, are you running two 16 sticks and two 8 gig sticks, or are you running two 24 gig sticks? Like, what's the config for that? Hey, old man, what's up, man? Good to see you. What should I upgrade my processor to? I currently have 5600G. I currently play EFT. From the 5600G, if you don't want to replace your motherboard, the 5700X3D is the go-to part right now. It's about 200 bucks, and then you can just drop it in. Just drop an upgrade. I would recommend updating your BIOS beforehand, but yeah, it's just a drop and upgrade. That would be a pretty big boost for you. How much performance do you think I'd get by switching from an R5 3600 to a 5700 X3D? If the RAM config is ideal, so it's like at least 32 gigs memory, at least like DDR4 3200, then I would say it's so hard to just give you a number. But let's say we're on streets and we're definitely CPU bottlenecked. We're talking about like 25% performance. Oh, 25%, maybe 30%, because that's a 3600, not like a 3700X. So it's a bit more cut down. I would probably say that number if I just had to throw out a number. 224s. Okay, you have 224s. Okay. Also, goddamn, bro, this is bright as hell. Lowered LOD from 4 to 2.5, and I have 7900X, so I separated Tarkov to the first CCD. Huge. Most background stuff to the second. Huge. Gain maybe 20-30 FPS, but the game feels much less laggy. Probably due to the LOD. Well, the LOD as well. Keep in mind that, like, my current, like, running theory is that having a higher LOD quality will give you lower FPS, but that lower FPS may be more consistently lower. Whereas if you have a lower LOD, you will have some points where your FPS would be higher, but you'll also have times where your FPS is lower as well, because of, with higher LOD, you'll have higher LODs loaded in for a a wider range of the map. How are the NA servers today? This is my first raid on, but I don't feel anything so far. Should I get different RAM, you think? No, that seems fine. Did I just hear a nade? Thought I just heard something. I'm tripping. Do you change post effects or NVIDIA control panel settings at all? No. Very little. If anything, I just changed my shader cache to unlimited on NVIDIA control panel. I have some like settings that I changed for my monitor specifically. Just very little. I think I just lowered like the contrast a little bit. But besides that, I don't do anything insane. Post effects I do have though. I can showcase those real quick. I'm actually gonna lower my brightness just by a hair to try to help with the brightness of the snow, but this is, oh, hold on, wait. That's the post effects right now that I'm running. Oh, I didn't save it. Fuck. There we go. What did I miss here? 5600X and a 3060 Ti. CPU or GPU upgrade? CPU upgrade. A 3060 Ti is fine. Like, especially for 1080p at this game, you're fine with a 3060 Ti. No need to upgrade that. Go for the CPU. 100%. Almost every map gives me the same FPS, 90 to 100. My concern is that my RAM can't run XMP. Whoa, yeah, that's gonna be an issue. That's not how you open a bag. That's definitely the issue.
It's not a fun game.
I mean, I don't know what your CPU is, but that's definitely contributing regardless. Also, Sloth, thank you for the follow. Jaxer, thank you for the follow. And Nice Manly, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. If you guys didn't know, we're on YouTube and Twitch, so feel free to go to the platform that you prefer. And make sure he hasn't DM'd me yet. No, he hasn't. Okay. Would you consider doing a video about what you do after building your PC? I could. I have a video that's kind of similar to that, though, already. I posted it before last wipe. It's like easy fixes for Tarkov performance or something like that, where I just walk through some like easy first-time setup stuff. It's the thumbnail with like a van on it. I think somebody will find. Oh, this is Scav. Somebody will find it. And post it probably. That just showcases like, okay, where do I fetch my drivers? What do I need to tweak as far as like background processes if I need to, stuff like that. So I could make a specific guide about it if there was like enough demand for it, but it really depends on what your hardware is too. But there's like there's like a general like step-by-step thing that you can do. Okay, actually I'll take that. Honestly, I'll take a couple extra rounds of that. I have a 5800 XD and a 3080 Ti. I don't know what's most important in settings to get best FPS. That's an interesting little combo. That's a, is that a 12 gig GPU? What? How many gigs of VRAM do you have? I think it's 12, right? If you have 12, I would go to medium texture quality. If you're trying to get it smoothest FPS, to go to medium texture quality. And then object LOD quality is kind of divisive right now. You could try to stick to 2.5. If you go higher, your FPS will be lower more of the time, but it shouldn't swing as much. So that's kind of like the trade-off there. I'm also trying to talk such I can to avoid copyright from the music on that Christmas tree, which is kind of a bitch. What about 1440p? Still upgrade the CPU? Yeah, I would still upgrade the CPU because at the end of the day, like, if you're playing at 1440p, you can use DLSS quality and have it like be playable. So if you really needed to, you could just run DLSS quality and then you'd still need the CPU to help you push frames anyway. So, oh, I got the 9. 3 bullets. All right. Milos, by the way, thank you for the follow. You have a 3500X. Ooh. Sorry, I was very scared for my life there. Oh, that's a PMC. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know your game. I'm sorry. That's a PMC. Oh, I thought it was a scav because of what he was wearing. Ah! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, but yeah, that CPU, upgrading to the 5600, I don't think I could. He's going to shoot me before he'll be able to hear me. He's too far. If I run up to him, he's just going to shoot me. Old road gate. Where's the old road gate, chat? I know where the railroads are. I know it's that way, so I go to those. Can I need to find more painkillers, or else I won't be able to get out. That's the car extra. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay. I might be able to make it there. I would upgrade to a 5700X 3D before a 5600X. I would just save the extra money and then go for that. I don't think there's really a point to upgrade to a 5600X from a 3500X. It probably won't be the performance you're looking for at the end of the day. You have a 7700X and a Ryzen 5700X 3D, 30 gigs of RAM, 800 FPS on like normal maps like customs, everything on low, is that normal? Yeah. 5700 X3D, 8200 FPS, that's... Oh. Good shit like that. Oh, hello. You might have something. Oh, that's not the something I thought it was going to be, but you know what? Any meds, any meds, any meds. That's salt. Rubbing salt on the wound. That's really fucking funny. That's really funny. Okay, that's also not what I was looking for, but alright. So how the hell are we gonna get out of here? That's a little bit awkward. That's not open, and I can't jump. Oh! Ooh, I can jump, but that's... Unless they're still scared in the fog, they still bug out. I mean, they're just gonna shoot me in the head anyway. Might as well make it easier for them. Let's waddle across the street, I guess, if I can. How important is RAM speed? Kind of important. If that helps. Like, you know you don't want to be running JetX speeds. But there's like a point to where you just get diminishing returns past like typical like sweet spots. So like, for example, DDR5 3600 or 3200 megahertz, around that range. It depends on the timings of that memory too, but if you're going to something like DDR5 4000 or DDR4 6000, unless you have I'm not even saying anymore, chat. Why are we still here? I can't speak. What was I saying? I'm losing it. You're probably gonna see diminishing returns. That's what I was gonna say when you're trying to step up past that point. Even though Tarkov is typically more RAM sensitive and memory sensitive than other titles, but even still, I would not expect, like, I wouldn't spend a lot of extra money just to get premium memory, especially if you're not on like a recent top of the line system. You know, if you're not on DDR5 platform, I wouldn't recommend just going and spending a bunch of money on memory. I switched all my... I'm going to DDR10 right now, apparently, in my fucking mind. You have a Z240 workstation to support XMP for 32 gigs DDR4, running at 2400 megahertz. Any alternatives? That's the only way you're going to be able to up the speed. You're kind of just stuck there on that workstation. That's a pretty cool budget build, though. Using an old workstation. That's smart. Should I prone through? Yeah, I should probably prone through this way, honestly. You have a 7950 X3D and a 4090 and 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM, and you barely run the game at 90 FPS. I'm whooping your ass right now. What's going on, dude? Like, my performance is significantly better than that. Missing something, man. You on Windows 11? Yes, but I'm not on 24H2 yet. I'm on 23H2. Come on. Okay. Barely over 80 FPS on customs, but still high-ish settings than normal. Depending on the speed of that memory with the 4700K, I'm not shocked. It's a little bit low. I would say you'd probably be hitting more like 90 FPS on that build if you have the right memory tuning, but... Do I have to constantly have process LASSO running? Yes. There is a governor that runs separately, so you don't have to have like the window open. Like, it'll ask if you want to close the governor, but you can just say no. And then leave it open. DDR5 6600. That's not bad. That's not terrible. Got it. Yeah, we'll make it, right? Yeah. We got enough time. It's very slow. Do I use process LASSO with a 7800X3D? No, I don't. because I don't have that much stuff running in the background. If I use stuff like SteelSeries sonar or like any RGB software, peripheral software that I thought was causing an issue, then I would use process lasso to isolate that, but I don't need to do that right now, so I'm chilling. Also here, let me just showcase my CPU bound performance. Just use DLSS to make sure. Even i9 10850K and 2070 8 gigs of VRAM, and my GPU or CPU bottlenecked. Probably, if you're running lower settings, definitely CPU bottlenecked. If you're running, what should you be running settings-wise? Lower LOD quality, and honestly, if you want the most consistent performance, low textures. If you with 8 gigs of VRAM right now, I would probably recommend that, just because of how much memory Tarkov seems to be eating up at the moment. That might change as the wipe progresses and the team adds updates, but I use FSR3, it's better than DLSS. What? Are you freaking kidding me? He disagrees with me. Get him banned. Just get him out of here, man. Nah, okay. FSR3 does seem sharper on the surface than DLSS, but to me, it like... This is like personal opinion, obviously. It doesn't really matter, but... I think DLSS has a more stable image reconstruction than FSR3 does at the moment. Oh yeah, let me pin that for you. Thanks. Thanks, Chill. I appreciate that. There we go.
EFT is not a
yeah, this is the performance I'm getting. It could be better too, technically, but this is kind of a dead raid, so don't like look at this performance and be like, holy shit. This is a pretty dead raid, so like I could turn this way also and my FPS would shit the bed, but well, shit the bed is a very loose terminology there. Okay. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe. That's true, Shell. That's very true. Make sure you do that. Speaking of, let me check some real quick. Oh. Hold on. Alright. Somebody had to drop out of PC Sherpa. I'm going to open up the live queue channel in my Discord. Let me get that open. So that channel is now open. I will post this in here. It is the one with red exclamation marks on the channel. In my Discord. So once you choose a role in role requests, you will get access to all the channels. It's the first channel in Tech Help. You can leave your specs and your issue in a single message in the PC Sherpa live queue channel, and then I'll pull you in. We got a lot of junk. I mean, the Karas is actually kind of big. I can get decent plates to put in there. This is for the daily. Pile of meds is important. Tube is important. Did not mean to put that in there. Take that, take that. Shampoo. The stim I'll take. Everything else I don't really care about. Take the bullets. And that's it, honestly. Just vendor the rest of the shit. Sell it all the fence. Boom. They want to ask, does your overlay program log to a file so I could graph it after? It can. It has a section for that in here. Here. In sensor. You can use for logging, and then you can... And then it'll start logging it into a text file. Is that 4070 Ti much better than the 3090? The 4070 Ti Super should be pretty close in performance to a 3090 if I remember correctly. I'd have to look up. Let me check actually. 3090 tech power up. If you guys didn't know, this is a conglomeration of different benchmarks here on Tech Power Up's website, so you can get like a relative performance. Yeah, okay. It's 12% better. So it's fairly close. 4070 Ti Super beats it. So it's roughly the same as a 4070 Ti, but the 4070 Ti Super does beat it by 12%. DLSS will only help in GPU bound scenarios. That's correct. True and correct. Uh, 3700X and 3060. 16 gigs of RAM. Oof. I haven't been able to play customs at all this wipe, yeah. Are you on low textures, Solo Assassin?
It's not a fun game.
Jonathan, thank you for the sub, by the way. Envies, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Fat Thor, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, it makes you stretch. Oh, towel. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. 7900X T and 7600X, 32 gigs of RAM. Can get past 100 FPS on all maps, but I average 85 to 100. That's good. That's really good for those specs. Yeah, you're chilling, man. That's great. I wouldn't expect on like customs and stuff like that for you to get 100 FPS most of the time, customs and streets, but it depends on where you're looking, obviously. But yeah, that's solid, man. 100%. I'll display a core than thread. XL is also true. Make XL a mod. I should open up like mod applications. Because basically I was modding you guys in the past, so I'm like, oh, I see this guy a lot. He knows what he's talking about. Boom. But I don't want to like... I feel bad now. Like, I don't want to put pressure on you guys. If people want to, then, you know. If like I see people regularly coming in. How do you know if you're GPU bound? If your GPU usage is at 100%, you can assume your GPU bottlenecked.
It's not a fun game.
It's like you can see right here in my overlay. Let me go on my hideout real quick. Well, okay, I'm actually I'm limited. I'm limited right now. Well, I'm frame capped right now, but if this usage up here in my overlay was at 100%, then I would be GPU bottlenecked. I would not trust what Task Manager has to say about it, because sometimes it can get these stats wrong. Like, that's not necessarily accurate here in terms of usage. Even though if you... Some people look at this and they don't really see that, so that's where that's coming from. But, yeah, I would use MSI Afterburner, Hardware Info, CapFrame X, any of those to get a better idea of what your bottleneck is. How much FPS should a 3060, 12 gig, and a 1200F get on maps with medium texture? What map? Like, I could say 70, but I don't know what map you're talking about, so it could be you're talking about, like... What's an easy map to run nowadays? Woods? And I would probably be lying.
EFT is not a fun game.
Also, Daystra, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Aries, thank you for the follow. Samurai, thank you for the follow. And they call me the 17-year-old. Thank you for the follow. Let's say factory and woods. Oh, you should easily hit 100 FPS. Just throw out a number. Let's see. Oh, a 6800 and a 5600X with 16 gigs on medium textures. Oh,
it's not a fun game.
Not a lot. Probably you should expect to at least hit 60 on most maps, but you're probably going to be falling under 60 on custom streets, maybe even Lighthouse. You're going to be falling under 60 with a 5600X and 16 gigs of RAM is really hamstringing that GPU.
EFT is not a fun game.
Also, remember, if you want to be in PC Sherpa Live, make sure you join the Discord. It is pinned. If you want a chance to get in there, all you got to do is go to my PC Sherpa Live channel. If you want to come on, just talk about Tarkov performance, have me take a look. Just make sure you choose a role in role requests. And once you react, you'll be able to see the PC Sherpa Live Q channel under the Tech Help section. For 5800X3D, and I have only 40 to 60 FPS with textures on medium and shadows low. there's something wrong with your computer. There's no shot. There's actually no shot in hell, genuinely. Like, the 5800X3D, at a minimum, on customs, maybe in very few circumstances, you might hit like 55 FPS, maybe. You should be above 60 FPS most of the time with that part. There's got to be something else there, like on your system that's hogging performance, like SteelSeries sonar or something. You think I should change to 32 gigs or also change CPU? I think both, yeah. If I had to choose one first, it would probably be the CPU. But it's whatever you can afford right now. Don't push it too far if you can't afford it. Spectre, Sleepy, and Shifu, thanks so much for the follows on Twitch, by the way. And Shamil, thank you for the follow on Twitch as well. I have a 3070 Ti and an i7 10700. Ooh. What's the RAM config on that? Oh, no, 32 gigs of RAM. Okay. What should I expect on medium textures? Your CPU bottlenecked. So, on customs, you're probably going to be looking at maybe 60. Maybe. If that. Depends on where you're looking on the map, but yeah. Low would probably make your frame rate a bit more consistent, but you're still going to have that issue of the CPU. FPS dips so bad almost every map besides factory. 5800 X3D and a 4080 Super. 32 gigs of RAM. And both GPU and CPU don't go over 50% all max settings. Well, when you're... A CPU bottleneck does not mean that you're at 100% CPU usage. That's not what that means at all. A GPU bottleneck is that, but a CPU bottleneck is not that. Because typically games cannot utilize all of the threads on modern CPUs past like once you have an 8-core and above, it's you are basically never going to see a game that's like a first-person shooter type game at least that's going to utilize all 8 threads, because you're going to have at least, like for example on Tarkov, with it being DX11, you're going to have one thread that's handling the rendering, and there's only one thread that's doing that. So you could be bottlenecked by a single thread on that CPU, for instance, right? Also, no problem, Spectre. Yeah, of course. I love doing it, man. No problem. Thanks, Drifter. Yeah. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. You don't think a 750 X3D is good enough for Tarkov? That'd be top tier. Did you use... You're using Process Lasso to keep Tarkov on the CCD that has the Vcache? How it is bugged? There was that issue. I was not able to recreate it yet, but if you really wanted to be safe, you could restart after using your hideout every time, but you could also have an FPS counter up, and if you saw your FPS just way lower than it should be, like in the main menu and as you're around the hideout, then you know what's causing that. I don't have the compatibility tab, and no tutorial on YouTube is helping. Are you talking about in like the EXE's properties keyboard? What are you trying to do? Returned to Tarkov after 2 years. Turned to a crusade to fix my frames with a 3070 Ti and 7800 X3D. I had that exact config except with 32 gigs of RAM. And I was chilling before I upgraded my GPU as well. It was not that big of an issue. Have you installed like chipset drivers and stuff like that when you built this PC? You mentioned SteelSeries sonar. Does it impact performance in Tarkov in any negative way? Yes. Yes. Here, hold on. I can show you guys. So I did these a while ago. I think it was in this video.
In the video.
Hey, hello.
For this.
Okay. So let me get to the graph here. So this isn't even sonar. This is just the clipping software. Yeah, here we go. So, oh, this is not the whole picture here. But okay, when CPU bottlenecked, we'll just take this for example. You can see, look at all the performance numbers here. So this is the 99 percentile FPS. The average FPS is the orange bar right here. when CPU bottlenecks. This is on factory, if I remember correctly. And then this is the 1% lows. You can see basically every clipping software here is fine. And then you get the SteelSeries and it just shits the bed and performs the rest of these. Like the lows are just worse. And it was the same for the GPU bound testing that I did below here as well, where it's all the GPU bound right here. You can see the percent lows are just way lower than the rest. And with Sonar specifically, if you isolate Sonar to a single core on your CPU and then take Tarkov off of that core, it should isolate most of the performance impact and you should be okay. Yeah, that's that. I would highly recommend, if you don't mind getting rid of it, I would just get rid of it. But if you really want to use it, isolate it to a single core, take Tarkov off that core, and you're chilling. A 7950 X3D and a 4090 I should get over 80 constantly on all maps, right? Yeah. Yeah. You should.
EFT.
Chi, do you want to come on the show, Chi? I can show you. I can take a look if you want. Did you, since it's a fresh install, did you install your chipset drivers and everything like that when you made it? Or when you installed the PC? You installed your own GPU drivers, all that? Metal is fine. It looked like Metal was okay. There is still a performance impact with any of those clipping softwares, but in terms of like the performance impact compared to Sonar and like the SteelSeries overlay, everything else was better. Wasn't as good as not running anything at all, but still better. Does Tarkov FPS 1 cause FPS loss still? And no, it never did. Nikita said that as a joke, and then people took it out of context. As far as I know, I've never seen it have an issue. At this point, is process lasso a standard for everyone? No. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it benefits certain CPUs. Like, so in my CPU core affinity guide, I talked about that. Like, that's my prime recommendation is using CPU affinity. So like for people who have like 6-core or quad-core CPUs, there's no point in really using process lasso. You can't sort out processes, so there's no real point to using it. But if you're on something like a 7950 X3D where you have 16 cores, 32 threads, that is a place where you can use it. Oh my god, Juka, what's up, dude? Holy shit, that's a throwback. Good to see you, man. Hope you had a good Christmas too, dude. Good to see you. Does CPU bottleneck mean that your GPU is better than your CPU? You can think of it like that, yeah, but it just means, because you need to understand basically the basic process of rendering a frame in the game is the CPU does the work that it needs to do, right? Then it's preparing the workload for the GPU on the render thread. Since it's DX11, we'll just say that it's the render thread, and you know we'll root out that inconsistency. And then once it's done preparing that work, it sends a present call to the GPU and sends that work into the render queue. But then if the GPU is not doing anything, it takes that work, right? So then it starts working on the frame, and then it presents that frame to your display. So your GPU isn't actually just like, your GPU is just doing work and your CPU is doing work. The CPU is actually preparing the work for the GPU to do. So if the CPU can't keep up in preparing that workload for the GPU is going to have some time where it's not busy, because it's taking less time for the GPU to do its work than the CPU to do its work and give the work to the GPU. Does that make sense? It's a very boiled down description, but that's basically what goes on. Hey, yeah, don't activate Windows, Jaw. Yeah. Also says install GPU drivers direct from GeForce Experience. Okay. If you want, hey, wait. If you want, Chi, you don't have to come onto the show, but I could. Oh, I got 8 minutes on my scav. Well, when I get a scav, if you want to just get into the scav raid with me, and you can just look at my FPS when we're looking the same way on stream, so you get a better idea. If you want to see like what the difference in performance is, you can. If you think something's wrong. I'm always wondering if my FPS is actually average for my rig. Given 11900K, 70 FPS on customs makes complete sense. Yeah. Yeah. Does no one want a Sherpa? You can Sherpa me if you want. I mean, if nobody wants a Sherpa, it's fine. Like if people just want to ask questions, I'm chill. It's not a big deal. Because I need to do PMC raids anyway. So, it's not the end of the world. Are we region locked? EU West here? Oh, actually, that should be okay. EU West should be okay. We could try it and see. I'm in central US, so you're hoarding for flea? No, I'm just a hoarder. I'm not hoarding for flea, I'm just a hoarder. Also, unironically, chat, I got delivery from the past done, by the way. And I went to factory wearing a cold pack. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. This was my setup on factory for delivery from the past. And I waited 10 minutes in the corner, and then I walked up and planted it. Because I was so scared of losing it. I did it off stream. Oh, did I not turn in that for... Out of the 16 cores, which one should I last out Tarkov to? What's your CPU again?
It's not a fun game.
Old man. True Turby, thank you for the follow. And Ninja, thank you for the sub. It's not Moo. It's... What's that? Mukit? Thank you for the sub. I so butchered that. Riveting. Wow, PvP must be so much fun. Yes, I was very scared. I was very scared. And I could have just fought them, but I played it safe. Okay, I played it safe. I'm not sorry for that.
EFT is not a fun game.
Daily done. A 7950X 3D. Yeah, it should be the first 8. Yeah. Should be the first 8.
EFT is not a fun game.
Let's see. Nello, thank you for the sub. And Dr. Apply, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Turby. Of course, of course. It's my pleasure, man. Thanks for stopping in. Am I using Process Lasso? Not right now, no. Does anyone here play with an A700K? Do you think it's achievable to achieve at least 70 or 60 stable FPS? Yeah, it seems fairly impossible. If you did on that system, it would have to be a deep loaded OS, deep loaded drivers, overclocked CPU memory, probably, or like tuned memory, overclocked CPU. The whole 9 yards, honestly, I think is what you need to even try to get 60 FPS. Depends on the map. On some maps, you definitely should be able to, like factory labs, maybe even woods. But once you get to like shoreline, customs, streets, you're gonna be struggling hardcore with that CPU. What was I doing? Ah, yes, from the west. Yep, I want to turn in that dog tag. Okay. Is the 7700X good for Tarkov? Yeah, that's a good mid-range build right there for Tarkov. Yeah, 7700X is a pretty solid CPU. It performs kind of similar to a 5700X 3D depending on the title. Unironically, I've been experiencing frame drops when flipping between sides on my Halo magnifier. Haven't had issues. Yeah, Ja, that should be fixed when you install a new GPU. I think you're running out of video memory when that's happening. I think that's what's going on. So it should be resolved when you install a new GPU, and then I'll work with you and wipe your drivers and stuff, and you should be fine. Just done a GPU driver update, restarting, now I'll be back. Alrighty. I have a 10850K and EVGA 3080. Which one should I upgrade? The 3080 is fantastic for this game. That is all you need for this game. Want all you would want for this game. It should be completely fine.
Not a fun game.
So my recommendation would be the CPU, but that means you got to upgrade your motherboard and your RAM probably, depending on what you upgrade to. So yeah, I would. That's what I would do personally. Makes sense to upgrade from 1100K. Yeah, You should upgrade to, I don't know what your budget is, but if you want best of the best and don't want to upgrade for a while, you'd have to find like a 9800X 3D, and then upgrade from there. I'd get some like 32 gigs, DDR5, 6000 mega transfers, CL30 probably would be your best bet. I gotta mark the things on customs. Here, wait. If it's, let me change the title on the stream since I'm not doing PC Sherpa. Let me just change the title real quick. Let's see. What should the title be? BSG is awful. You tweak your settings. 9200 FPS where? Shortest Sherpa ever, GG. That didn't even happen. Didn't even start. That's okay. Oh no, there's people. No, wait, oh wait, shit, there's people. I didn't even check the Discord before I went to change it. Never mind, hold up. Hold up, roll it back. Oh wait, let me pull this up real quick, chat. Hold on.
EFT is not a fun game.
Cello, thank you for the follow. Andy, thank you for the follow as well. And Mantis Sal, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate that, guys. Okay. Here we are. Here's our choices, okay? 3060 Ti, 5700X 3D, okay?
EFT is not a fun game.
That's honestly how that goes. Welcome to my life. Yeah. Every time you benchmark, it's different. Yippee. Not a bad setup, though. Okay, 1440p with a 1370K and a 4070 Super. Also not a terrible setup. 3060 12 gig. One fan. He had to specify one. Only one. Tisk tisk. No, 1200F and 30 gigs, 1300 megahertz. Feels like I should be getting way more FPS than I am. Most time I barely reach 60 FPS. On streets, it's under 50. Yeah, that makes sense on 1200F. This so like, it's hard to just say like, where is it happening? You know what I mean? Go in order, nerd. I'm not gonna get through everybody today. Like, this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. I gotta pick and choose. I found one on my scav run like a couple days ago, Nick. It was a movie. 7900X is okay for Tarkov. I would not buy a 7900X over like a 7800X 3D or even a 7700X if you're just gaming. Because now you have the dual CCD thing. And now you got to control what CCD games are going on if it's not scheduling correctly. Really going over 60. Oh, is this you? Or is this you, Gamerland? Is that you? It's not gonna happen. He yapped for an entire hour. I was waiting for them to come in, okay? I was waiting for them. Honestly, I'm getting really decent FPS this wipe. Obviously, way worse than previous wipe, but not getting some crazy low FPS like other people. I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. I'm one of those people. I'm not getting insanely low FPS. How much FPS would you expect on customs with an i7 10700, 3070 Ti, and 32 gigs of RAM? 50. 50 FPS with that setup. If you just want me to say a number, that's it. 50 FPS. I mean, depending on the RAM speed, it could be better or worse, but you're going to be around there. That's what I get. Boom. See? Boom. That's that. Just snipe that shit. Boom. Hot Drop Hero, thank you for the sub, by the way. I appreciate that. And the 18-year-old. Thank you for the follow. Well, I can... This might be interesting. This might be more... There might be more people who are closer to this specification than like this. But this would also be interesting too, because it's the dual CCD
it's not a fun game
setup. But Steven, by the way, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Death, I might if you want to hop in, I can help you out. What'd you suggest to upgrade? The CPU. You got to upgrade that CPU, which means you got to swap out memory, you got to swap out the RAM, and you got to buy a new CPU, but that's just part of the CPU upgrade most of the time. You have a fix for bad ping? Yeah, I do. It's today's sponsor. No, I'm kidding. If you're getting ping spikes, if it's happening in other games, you might just be stuck. That's like an ISP issue. But if it's just Tarkov, you may be getting that high ping error accidentally, because if you're getting like stutters in game, it might actually flag for high ping, even though it's just the game that's stuttering. So, all right. But anyway, I will help in just a second. Death, just stay right there. I'm just gonna quickly go to the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back. So just give me 1 second, guys. Make sure if you haven't already joined the Discord, it's !mark Discord in the chat, or it's also pinned there as well. Oh, and we're on YouTube and Twitch, by the way, too, if you didn't know that. So yeah, I will be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Be right back. Right. Got Nutri-Grain bar. Big ups to Nutri-Grain. That's gonna be my first sponsor. Just wait. Okay. What'd I miss? Greetings from Argentina. Good work. Thanks, Manuel. Appreciate it. Welcome in, brother. Found 2 sites with 9800 XTD in stock, but I don't want to buy it right away because I'm waiting another site. Just be careful of the price too, because it is heavily inflated, I think. I haven't checked it in like a week, but it seems pretty scarce. Got the raspberry flavor. Actually bliss. Okay. Let's get to a death. Let's drag him in. Yo.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
So, you have a 1200F.
Yes.
You have 32 gigs of RAM, 3200 megatransfer per second. Don't know the timings, but it's probably okay. And you have a 3060 12 gig, which is actually, that is a decent pick. That's solid. That shouldn't be an issue. What specific issues were you having though? Just to reiterate for everybody.
So when I load into a game, right off the bat I get like really bad status sometimes.
Yeah.
And then into the game after a little bit after playing a little bit, like a few minutes, I get a little bit laggy as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not constant, but it's like annoying me a lot, you know.
Yeah, right.
And then on factory, for example, I was just scavenging like 2 minutes ago on factory, and I get about 58 FPS.
On factory?
Yeah, like on
Okay,
a, on
what the
a
fuck? Okay, oh,
you,
all
you know
right.
the medical tent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got like under 60 FPS.
What the fuck? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
that's not right. There's no way that's right. Okay. Pull up when you can. Let me see your settings and stuff like that. Feel free to like share your screen.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it.
Where?
So yeah, I have
Oh.
this on.
Guys, I found the issue. Hold on, scroll back up. Unheard edition. Guys, we got it. Found it. No. Unironically, the unheard background was causing
EFT is not a fun
occasional
game.
stutters, and that's not even like, I'm not even lying.
Really?
Yeah. I
Why
wasn't
did I
able to
change
test
it?
that, but it was like people in my Discord who had it. And they could see it. Cyber Tark?
Yeah,
Wait.
I don't know what this is. Is this like a new
What the
edition
hell is
coming
that? Yeah, what is that? Do we have is there a cyberpunk crossover coming? What the fuck? Okay. Let's see. Scroll down. Okay. Another issue.
Yeah.
Why are you running only these physical cores?
I don't know.
I'm not like challenging you. I'm just asking if you had like.
Yeah, I feel like it helps. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure
'Cause-
though if it helps.
For your build, in my opinion, you're on a hexacore CPU, which is a 6-core. I wouldn't bother with that.
Okay.
I would run without that just to have that extra processing power from hyperthreading. Unless you specifically were testing and you saw that there was an impact when you're running that.
No, I wasn't. No.
Then yeah, I wouldn't bother. And you had 32 gigs of RAM as well, so I don't think you need automatic RAM cleaner.
Okay.
Especially if your textures are set correctly. But go to your graphics. Oh. Okay. Okay. It's a little bit of work. When's
Yeah?
wipe? Thursday. Sorry, I was looking at chat. Texture quality is okay for now. You're at 12 gigs of VRAM, so medium should be fine. Shadow quality is okay. Object LOD quality is okay, but you're going to see a lot of fluctuation at that. And also, you're probably going to see a lot of pop in it too, LOD. But, I mean...
Yeah.
You shouldn't be too bad or too worse off if you switch it to 2.5. That might help with some of the pop-in, so I'd recommend doing that just to help a little bit. Clouds quality, I've never been able to find like an actual performance difference at all whenever I've tested it. So I would just go to high on that, just so that the clouds look a little bit nicer and the gradient in between the colors is a bit smoothed out. There was also one person, I'll just mention this, I have no backing on if this is actually real or not. They said they were specifically having stuttering when they were on low clouds. I have no idea if that's true. But since I didn't see any performance like impact whatsoever of running it on high, why not run it on high? FSR, that's an interesting one. Why?
I don't know. I feel
You're
like
probably
it's better than DLS.
Well, firstly you're at 1080p.
Yeah.
So when you're at 1080p using an upscaler, quality upscaling to give you an idea is 66% roughly of your native resolution. So actually, you're actually running the game closer to 720p, and then it's upscaling to 1080p, which upscaling at 1080p kind of looks like doo-doo fart right now. It's not really where you want to be. And you have enough GPU headroom to run native at 1080p with a 3060. And sure, you might get some areas where your GPU bottlenecked where that would help, but then you're going to like turn and look back towards the center of the map, and then you're just going to drop FPS again anyway. So, I mean, I would just, take the higher quality. HBAO off is fine. It's just personal preference, honestly, unless your GPU bottlenecked. SSR on low is good. Anisotropic filtering on per texture is solid. That's fine. If you have GPU headroom, I would recommend running that on like forced on.
Oh, this one? Oh, this one?
Yeah, anisotropic filtering.
Okay.
Just because that actually affects the way textures look when you're not looking directly at them. So like,
Yep.
for example, when you're like, if you've ever been walking down a road in Tarkov and you've seen just like the quality of the texture just like in increments just get worse and worse the further away it gets from the
Yeah.
camera, that will fix that issue. So it'll look a
Okay.
lot more smoother. Won't be as jarring for you to look at.
Hmm.
Reflex, there has been recently some confirmed cases of the reflex bug being back. But to who that specifically affects, we're not really sure.
For me, sorry for interrupting.
No,
When
you're
I
good.
turn it on and on plus boost, it was actually worsening my FPS.
Well, that's true. Hold on, let me finish this Nutri-Grain bar, # sponsored. I wish. But that's actually how it should work.
Okay.
Because I shouldn't reduce it drastically, let me be clear. But like, it'll reduce your FPS by a very small margin in return for drastically reducing your input latency.
Yep.
So it's not going to look like, it's not meant to give you an FPS boost. It's meant to tighten up the timings in between the work that your CPU and GPU are doing so that your inputs are way more responsive.
Okay.
Now, obviously, the bug where it like reduces your FPS by like 30% is not
Yeah, no, that's
not
what
ideal.
I was having.
Yeah, if you were having that, then yeah, you can leave it off till they address it for like the 6th time. But oh yeah, and anti-aliasing, thanks, Wild. That's big. Scroll back up. Yeah, so anti-aliasing. So now that you're not using an upscaler, you'd have to choose in between these. If you want the quick rundown from me, I think off looks like shit. FXAA is slightly less shit. And then TAA and TAA High looks like you smeared shit over your screen. So that's your choices. Unless you wanted to run something like FSR again, but then you lose that distance clarity that you'd get otherwise. So
Yep. Okay.
what I personally run is TAA High, even though it can decrease your performance when GPU bottlenecked. To me, it's the most stable and most clear out of the, or not most clear out of the options, but it gives you that stability, even though it does slightly impact your clarity of the image. I think running FXAA or off for me just is really jarring, and I don't like all the flickering. But you'd see that when you go in RAID and mess around the settings, you'll definitely see the effects there. Sorry, somebody just really quickly asked how to get help. I have a PC Sherpa live queue channel in my Discord. Also, Ear, what's up, man? Good to see you. But yeah, it's in my Discord. That's where you put in your specs and you have a chance to get pulled for this. Everything else here looks good though. So I would set aliasing to TA High for now and see how it feels for you. And then let's also check really quick your post effects. Whoa. Is this like for night vision right now? What the fuck?
No, that's
Oh,
my normal.
that's your normal? Holy shit, dude. That's gotta be bright as... Oh my god, that's gotta be bright as hell. Holy shit.
It's okay.
Yeah, also chat is very angry with your aspect ratio.
Oh, what?
With 5:4.
Wait, let me see. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not really too thrilled.
No, it makes my game like I can show you on hideout. Oh wait, like I can show you in hideout. It makes it really really nice in my opinion.
Also,
Like
were you
stretched, you
running
could say.
Borderless or full screen, by the way? I didn't see.
Borderless.
Okay, good.
Makes it like this, you know?
how do you play like that? I mean, I can understand how you play like it's
Yeah,
just
it's really
so it's nice. Like it
Yeah.
looks like you're actually like stretching it with your hands. Like it's like actually like give me motion sickness over here. But I don't know, you're
Turn
CS2
it back
Pro.
on or like
No, somebody said with FSR running an aspect ratio difference could be an issue. Well, he's not running it now, so you should be able to have it. But what issue do you mean? Some people are recommending 1610. This is personal preference, though. Let me be clear.
Yeah, 1610 is also nice.
Yeah, run it whatever you like. I will consider you a freak if you keep using this, but that's okay. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, run what you want for that. And yeah, that's it for the game settings right now. Go into like a offline raid, and see. Just go to like, I don't know where to take you. I want something where we could see like a lot of different options. I typically take people to streets, but if you like to choose something else that's a bit better for you, then
we can go streets.
Okay, I go to 14, then yeah, enable that, game settings, and then disable the AI. That's where you're gonna see the AI stutter if you have that on. Also, they're gonna kill you. So this is just for us to have something to compare stuff with.
Yep.
What did you just see? Did anybody see Propor's icon there for a second? Can somebody clip that? Ooh, like Hitman took over his icon for a second. What was that, dude? What the fuck? What was that? Oh shit! Nope, wrong placeholder. They're like, oh shit.
What is Proper doing, man?
Yeah, Proper's got a nightlife that we don't know about or something. What the fuck? While we're loading though, do you run anything in the background that I should be aware of?
I'm just running Logitech G Hub.
Okay.
Steam, which I normally turn off, but the Steam launcher as well. The BSG launcher is on, I don't know why. Which I normally have off, but yeah, no setting, nothing like processless or anything else. Nothing like that.
You don't have like any audio processing software like Sonar or anything?
No.
Okay.
I used to have it, but not anymore.
Okay.
Hitman Proper, wait, what happened?
What did I miss?
Wait, what? Wait, he was hidden for a second.
Yeah, I told you. I was like, what was that? I saw that. I swear to God.
Is that like a skill or?
I think it is. It might be. I can check. Oh, that's not Tarkov. There we go.
I think that's a skill.
That's not skills. That is task performance.
Hey,
that's what that logo is. And it's not in the game right now. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This guy has Tarkov mods. This could be the FPS problem issues.
Yeah, of course.
What is Cyber Tark? What is that?
I don't know.
Hold on, chat.
Is that maybe like a background you unlock with the core word thing or something else maybe? I'm not sure. Ah, new prestige screen.
Oh, new prestige. I see, okay. I looked up Cybertark and it gave me a Cybertruck, so I'm not even gonna continue with...
That's crazy, bro. Oh, I spawned perfectly.
Okay. Man, ouch. Wow, is it? Yeah, it is only... Oh, man. Fuck, dude.
Wait, let me turn. Okay, wait. Oh, my eyes. Oh, no.
I mean, oh my eyes. Oh no, it looks like how it should. Oh. Oh no. These are the guys that like kick my ass when I'm trying to like get golden swag done on the second week of wipe or something.
Brother, I have 600 hours, not even.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm getting unked out right now. Like I have like 3,800 hours and it's just like
yeah.
I'm just retiring, I guess.
I just love pooping.
Do you mind if we take a look at like your task manager?
Yeah.
Okay. the window is
actually
just on Tarkov right now though, so
20 normal stream. Wait. There we go. So yeah.
okay.
This is here because I had it before, but I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
The process cluster.
Yeah, you don't have it open right now. Okay, 300 megahertz. Click on the CPU. Okay. There's only a couple things running in the background, probably. Check processes again.
EFT is not
Which
a
one is it?
fun
Oh,
game.
this
Yeah, that one. And then sort by name. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got Armory Crate, guys. Let's go. We got Armory Crate. Keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Holy Asus services. Oh my god. Okay. That's fine. You got G-Hub, like you said. That's fine. We are on like a 6 core, so maybe Process Lasso wouldn't be ideal for sorting this out, but...
Oh, because when I asked, you said it wasn't... or someone said it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good for 6 cores. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what I generally recommend, yes. That's not really that good for 6 cores, but... Do you use Armory Crate?
I don't.
Okay, well, we're just gonna disable all that shit then. You could uninstall it, honestly. If you don't use it, you can just uninstall it.
Yeah.
Because it's still, like, all those services are still booting up in the background. When you have My Asus, is this like an Asus pre-built or something?
It's for... It's like an app. I can open it. I don't know what it does, to be honest. It's something. Oh, yeah. Then can help me update my drivers and stuff as well.
Oh, yeah, just get rid of that. Just ditch it, yeah.
Right. I don't know if I have anything weird on here. I hope not.
We don't see any Baldur's Gate 3 mods.
Oh no, but it is here.
Yeah, just uninstall. It should be under Asus Armory Crate, and then there might be one that's labeled ROG service as well. But
Okay.
Revo uninstaller would be true. Revo uninstaller would be good too. We could get him to good on that.
Okay, and also Armory Crate late service.
Yes, yeah, that's also Armory Crate.
Okay.
Yeah, just get rid of that.
Okay.
I haven't used Revo uninstall in a very long time though. And I probably should, but there hasn't honestly been many like apps that I've needed to completely uninstall, like from the registry and everything. I haven't installed like anything like Asus Armory Crate or anything like that. So only thing that I have like completely uninstalled in the past has been like GeForce Experience. But what?
Do not close. Oh, what? Huh?
The
Do not
install.
close, right?
Why is it installing? After setup is complete. See what it says? The following application should be closed before continuing the install.
Oh, it should be
Here,
closed.
we can force it. We can force it. We can force it to close. Press Windows key R.
Yep.
And then type services.msc.
.nmsc?
Just MSC. MSC.
Oh.
It's hard to say
which one?
those. M as in Mary, S as in Scott, and then C as in...
I got it.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. And then here you can see Asus Armory Crate and everything. You can just right-click on them and hit stop. You'll also be able to see if it automatically starts up again or not, and if it does, then you can just switch it to manual, and then it should not start up again. But then there's also Asus Update and stuff like that. Asus Comm Service. Just shut all those Asus. The Comm Service.
This one's off.
Right above you.
Off.
There you go.
Off. Okay.
Planning on upgrading from 16 gigs to 48 gigs of RAM. If you're buying if you have If that's going to be 286 and 216, just use the 216. But if you're using 224 gig sticks, yeah, that'll help. And even just using the 216 will help as well. Yeah. Andrew's correct. Is he on power saving mode? Does the 1200F run at 2.4 gigahertz usually? That's a good question. That is a very good question. Let me see. That was the average of all his cores. That wasn't... We couldn't see core-to-core boost clocks. 1200F clocks.
Framework.
I don't want to trust the AI
EFT
overview.
is not a fun game.
My ASUS as well? The install?
Yes. Yeah, I would get rid of that too.
Okay.
Because if you're ever updating drivers, you can just do that manually through the website. You don't need the app for it.
Okay.
Max is 4.4. Performance core base frequency is 2.5. Okay, we'll have some other stuff to check. Process lasts us only a 30-day trial. You can just skip the pop-up that comes up. Like, I'll show you right now. Is everything uninstall?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you can just hit, after this goes away, you can start it. But anyway, after that's uninstalled, let's check that clock speed thing. Let's see. So do you have any other monitoring stuff for your hardware? Like hardware
I have
info, CPU-Z, that should be able to do it. Yeah. I think we'll be able to see it through there. Okay. On the go to the bench tab. Let's see if we can see anything there. No, we'll have to stress test it. That's not going to work. Does anybody know where to see it in the CPU-Z menu? If we can see current processor temperature. Check CPU again. Maybe I didn't see it in there. I see core voltage, but see core clocks. Under CPU tab, right click anywhere. Oh, right click. Okay, that's individual threads. They're all running the same. Wow. Tools, click on tools. Let's see what's in there. I've never done it through here before. Hit the drop down. Clocks, timers. No, that's not going to be. That's it. Yeah, it is not boosting. Is that from the motherboard? Yeah, check your main board real quick. I just want to see what you had there. Okay. It's an H610.
Yeah, this one's old.
Yeah.
I want to upgrade to a better CPU.
I don't know if you'd be able to on this board. It's like a...
No,
it's
I'm gonna change the board, the RAM, everything.
Okay. What were you planning on getting?
I think it's a Ryzen 5800 X3D, I think.
I wouldn't
the
go
one I
for
wanted.
that. If you're... I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a good CPU for Tarkov. It's going to be a big improvement for you. But if you go for a 5700 X3D, or if you can find a 5800 X3D, you'll have to swap out your motherboard and your RAM and your CPU and everything again when you want to upgrade.
Yep.
So if you're cool with that, you can still buy it, but that's just something to know. You get something like a 7700X on AM5 and then get DDR5 memory and be pretty equivalent to the 5700 X3D, but then also have the chance to upgrade without swapping everything out down the line. But that's your call. Let's check next the power plans real quick.
Where is it?
Your so search power plans in your hotbar.
Oh, okay. That's German.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, and then go to... Oh, Lord, is that balanced?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, guys, I speak German. Check the plan settings. It shouldn't be... Balance shouldn't be changing anything there, really, but... yeah, and then go to the... Yeah. And then go to the processor... Yes, yeah. And expand that. What's the minimum and maximum there? 75%. Okay, that shouldn't be doing anything. Swap it to high performance. Let's see if the clocks change at all. You may have to change it in the other menu.
Oh, over here.
Yeah. Oh my god, you have ultimate power. You have that like three. You have like three.
Yeah.
Instances. Yeah, it just fixed it. Yeah, it just fixed it. That was 100%.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was 100% it. Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
Look at the. I mean, look at the clocks in Task Manager, and look at your performance in game. Just went up by 10 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this now.
Yeah, 99%
So,
is bad. I was thinking that, Wild. What happens when you set it to 99% for the maximum, Wild? What happens with that? I forgot. 2Beer, what's up, man? Yeah, he's also a lot of BIOS is behind. But yeah, that was power limited from the balanced power plan. So that should be a lot better. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere. I do still want to check like the temps on everything and make sure that's okay too, just to make sure it's boosting correctly. So could you install?
Yep.
I was gonna install hardware info, but do you want to have like an overlay for your performance, or
It's not a fun
do you care
game.
about that?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, because if you want overlay, then you can install something like maybe I should do CapFrame X with you live. That would be more complicated, but
CapFrame X.
CapFrame X, yeah, CapFrame X.
EFT
Screw
is
it,
not
we'll
a
do that
fun
live.
game.
Let's do that. Just that I have a VOD that I can
Okay.
refer to people with when they want to like see how I set up CapFrame X.
Okay.
Okay. 100% will use the CPU boost. Anything else? Oh.
Is this safe?
Yes. Yes. It's. Wait, did you
Okay.
download it from the right website?
CapFrameX.com.
You're getting hacked. No, I'm kidding. That's fine. You got it.
Bro, you
You're good.
scared me. Don't do that again. Bro.
Sorry. No, you're good.
Bro, my heart actually dropped.
And then what
That's
I'm gonna
crazy.
do is I have to find the. I think I know where it is.
Where is it? It's not installing.
Did you unzip the install
Oh,
and then that would do it.
I don't know. Wait, well,
There it is.
let me do this real quick and see if that can. Nothing bad on my desktop, please. Thank you.
Do you want me to? I can hide my
Okay.
screen if you want me to
No,
hide the
no,
screen.
it's all good.
Okay.
I have nothing bad here.
Okay.
Where is it?
Oh, he's got OG Battlefront 2. Oh, he's a gamer. Holy shit. I played the shit out of that game.
EFT is not a fun game.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yep.
Install. Yep.
Also, let me just get through these real quick. Profity, thank you for the follow. Wingy, thank you for the follow. And Jay, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. We're on Twitch, by the way, as well, chat. If you didn't know, we're on YouTube and Twitch, so go to your preferred platform if you are interested.
CapFrameX. Okay, let me close
EFT
this
is not a fun game.
Mardo, thank you for the follow as well on Twitch.
and turn Borderless back on.
EFT.
Oh, you're
is
on
not a
full
fun
screen.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
so
I
it's
can
at the
tab out.
borderless. Okay. Close that, yeah. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've had it in light mode. Oof. Okay. I'm going
Quite a
to... Here, I'll hide this real quick for you just in case. I'm going to send you my profile for CapFrame X.
Okay.
And normally you don't have to set it up like this. You don't have to use my profile, but I'm just doing this for the sake of time so you can see how things...
Yep.
I'll post it in the off-topic channel, my Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a while since I've done this, but I believe you can just go to overlay and you can import that overlay that I put in there. So just download that and then select it.
I must save it onto my desktop and then do it like that, I
Yep.
think. This, and then... Where is it?
You go to overlay.
Oh. Okay.
And then it's one of, let me check which one, because I know yours is going to probably be in German. Hold on.
Oh, it's in English.
Oh, it's in English? Okay.
Yeah.
So I believe you can... Oh, wait, no, I think you need to actually put it in the file path. Okay. So go to... press Windows key R.
Mm-hmm.
And then type %appdata%.
Oh, wait.
Like
I
the
got
like
what
the
you mean.
sign, yeah. %appdata%.
It's lagging bad.
Okay. And then go to Capframe X.
Capframe X.
Yep. And config. Yep. And then in there you can just paste in that I sent you. And it should be then the second overlay should be that.
I think that's the one.
And I'm going to show my screen again once you got that.
Okay.
Okay, and then click on number 2 there.
Number 2, okay.
Yep. Yep. And now obviously it's named wrong, but we can fix that in a second.
Yep.
The hotkey by default is Alt O, so go into Tarkov real quick. And then press Alt key and O at the same time, and it should come up on your screen, the top left.
Yeah.
Might take a second to hook. Does this for me too sometimes. It's gonna hook. Try it again.
Okay.
Did RTSS install? Wait, check on the bottom right by your microphone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wait.
I don't know.
No, RTSS isn't there. Why did RTSS not install Capframe X?
Huh?
Did you? That's weird. It should have installed. Do you have search up RTSS in your Windows search bar, see if it comes up. It should have booted up with it. On the install, it should have just came with it. No, it's not there.
Nope.
Okay, well, we can get you to install that, and then it will work.
Okay.
Holy shit, the Sherpa channel right now? What's happening in the Sherpa channel right now?
Is it from guru3d.com?
Oh my. Yes, that's a fine place to install from, yeah.
Okay. Then...
It might, oh yeah, it might be under Riva Tuner as well. Riva. It is Riva Tuner. Type that in the search bar too before you download. Riva, R-I-V-A.
Oh, okay.
And see if it's in there.
EFT is not a fun game.
There we go.
Techtrix, thank you for the follow, by the way, on Twitch. I appreciate that. Also, Salty Crab, thank you for the follow as well. It's going good, Tech. It's going good. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe it's not fine. It was not running.
I don't know.
Did you? It wasn't installed either, I don't think. Did you search up Riva?
No.
It was there it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go. Oh, the .readme. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So this shows you a lot. Ignore the fact that it says my specs on the top left. But you can see now we're getting actually close to being we're hitting a GPU ceiling. So just to see where your CPU is at, could you go and enable something like DLSS quality or FSR quality just to help with the performance, and we can see where your CPU ceiling is right now. Also, it's good we're seeing your just the quality is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just reducing the GPU load here to see where you're hitting. Okay. This is offline as well, so your performance online is going to be a little bit worse. But holy CPU temperature, god damn!
Where is it?
It's hitting like 90 degrees Celsius.
Oh.
We're getting close. It's like right on the edge of being a little suboptimal. We're doing okay. Do you have like the stock cooler on it or something?
I think so. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I bought specific from a friend.
Okay. Okay. Still though, this could be it could be worse. It could be worse. But you can see now too, like you see how my overlay shows you like each thread's usage. So you can see like if one thread's at 100% or if it's a memory bottleneck. In this instance, it looks like it's a cache/memory bandwidth bottleneck. So basically the game is waiting on stuff to transfer in and out of the memory that's actually on your CPU. So that's the bottleneck right now, it looks like.
It's not a fun game.
But that's fine. Performance here looks okay.
EFT
The thermal throttling is well, it's not. It probably isn't thermal throttling. It's getting close, but probably isn't. But at least it's boosting a significantly more than it was before. It's not hitting the clocks that is advertised on it, but we're a lot better just from that alone. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let me show you really quick in Capframe X.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Wild said his snow is like white. Yeah, that's it's literally like we're looking at white paint on the floor.
Oh, it's Vile, GG. What's up, man?
Yeah. But go into CapFrame real quick and I'll help
Yep.
you clean that up so it's the correct specs. So you see where it says 4070 Ti Super? You just click on that. Double click. Yeah, so now you can just type in yours. So you have a oh yeah, you do have a 3060, that's right. I was like, I thought you had a 1660. No, you don't. You have a 3060. And then you just go, you can copy that from one box and just paste it into each one. Yeah, there you go. And then, yeah. And there, yep. But you can see it has a bunch of different stuff that you could track on it if you want to.
Yep.
Now for 7800 X3D, just type in your CPU. So it's an i5 1200F. I think there's only a couple boxes that need that.
Come on, copy.
What
I'm
software
bad
is
with
that?
this
This is
stuff.
CapFrame X. You're good. Don't worry.
There we go.
Hey, Scott. Welcome back. Oh. There we go. I think there's one more. I think it's CPU temperature. I think that needs to be. I'll let you know if I see it. No, that's set. You can see though the 7800 X3D is still in the overlay, so just keep scrolling. You'll see it.
This one? Oh, okay.
Or maybe that's. Hold on. Move CapFrame X's window just a little bit to the right. I just want to see what stat is still. Yeah, it looks like the temp. Did you hit enter when you entered the name in?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that that was it. There we go.
There we
Okay. Boom. Cool. Okay. So now it's a much better picture there. Cool. All right. So already, I mean, we're significantly better off. 4.4 is single core. Oh, okay. Yeah. So okay. So 4,000 for all core workload is good then. Cool. Sick. Okay. Yeah, man, you're basically chilling. Ideally,
Yep.
if you have any like background tasks besides this, if you normally run like an overlay, things like
Yep.
that, I'd recommend not using those. Discord, if you're just playing by yourself, you may want to just turn off.
Yep.
But besides that, this is significantly better than where we started.
Yep.
And if you really wanted to, you may have room to take the first core off of Tarkov and then put some background apps onto it instead, like Logitech G Hub and stuff like that. If you really want to try to max it out, that's with Process Lasso. I don't know if I'd really recommend it with a 6-core CPU like you have now. But if you feel like it would help and you have some things in the background that you want to sort out, you could do it that way too.
Okay.
I would not recommend though, if you have a browser open in the background, if you have Discord, don't set that to 1 core. It will not function the way you want it to work. So don't do that.
Okay.
But if it's like Logitech G Hub or like a peripheral software in the background, you can throw it on the first core.
Okay.
Besides that, if you wanted to, you could update the BIOS and then set things back. You just have to like re-enable XMP and stuff like that. But everything else seemed pretty solid. You're doing pretty good. Performance or the settings seemed fine. Besides like the Google Docs background that you have on the ground right now in terms of brightness. But yeah, no, you're all good, man. Seems like you're pretty much set with what these specs can do. Looks like you're pretty good. So yeah, if you have any other questions or anything though, you can always let me know. I'm around.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, of course, no problem, dude. Always happy to help. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, no problem. I'll see you around, bro.
See ya.
W Sherpa there, chat. Oh, the first one in a while. First one of the wipe, actually. Oh, I gotta stay hydrated, chat. Mm. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Very important. I would, yeah, a repaste might help. I think though, Tubier, I think he probably has the stock cooler on it or some sort of stock cooler. There's no way he really has anything custom, and it's still unless if it is customs, then yeah, or customs, Jesus. If it is a custom cooler, like a cheap like air cooler from like Thermalright or something, and yeah, a repaste would be recommended for him, but I think that's the stock cooler. Odds are, I wouldn't be surprised. Which power plant do you use for the X3D? I believe I'm just using balanced right now, if I remember correctly. Oh, it's on Bitsum highest performance because I opened Process Lasso. Let me change that. I forgot to change that when I installed it. Typically, when I don't have Process Lasso open, then it's on balanced, but I forgot to change it there. So that should be like that. Okay. I remember running this game on an RX 580. Now I can barely touch 60 with the 7700 XT. The CPU is the most important thing. Realistically, I could build a system with like a RX 6600 or even like a 2060 and just have a 7800 XPD in there and kick the ass of somebody who's got a 4090 and a 13600K. Like the CPU is just miles more important because you have so many more options in the graphic settings for GPU bound scenarios, especially DLSS and FSR and all that, than you would ever have for CPU bottlenecks right now, anyway. And don't get me started on frame generation either, because that's going to be a whole nother. That's a whole nother topic. Let's see. Okay. This guy is still pretending he can fix the patch. That's crazy. Like, did you not see the past 15 minutes? It's not fixing the patch. Like, yeah, the performance is worse with the patch, but they just had the wrong power profile set up on their hardware. Like, it's not even like the patch, just the patch. Like, there are people who have stuff wrong in their OS as well that I'm trying to help with. I'll bring you on, and I'll look at what you got, bro. Honestly. I said that in a comment to somebody else who's like, yeah, this guy just clickbaits. He doesn't actually have any solutions for, like, he doesn't actually give me the settings that I should use for my hardware. It's like, because there's no one set of, if you want one set of settings that's going to, like, for everybody, it's the lowest. You just run the lowest and then go for it. But, like, based on your hardware, you have things that you can adjust to make the game look better without impacting your performance, you know? This game doesn't even need DLSS. That's true. You can run this at native depending on your GPU and just be fine. You can run 1080 native. You can totally run on something like a 6600 just fine. What processor do you recommend for a poverty student? What AMD processor? A 7600 stock, not 7600X, 7600, because then you get a stock cooler with it, so you don't have to spend the extra $30. Trust me, I've been there, and I know that extra $30 can be useful. So I would get a 7600. Or if you can find on AliExpress, 7500F, because that'll be even cheaper. I don't know if that comes with a stock cooler. But it's a shame that you have to do those specific settings to your hardware to play the game. This is just how it is in general. That's just how it is for most games. There can be tailored settings for your hardware. It's just for other games, those tailored settings don't mean like life and death for your performance. You know what I mean? Like, there's still things you can change based on what hardware you have in different games. It's just whether or not you're at a performance that's reliable on stock settings, you know? It's the spaghetti code. Well, that's not wrong. And them adding DLSS in the game. Why do you think what? Why do you think that? Wiper 2 Go is getting 80 FPS with a 1070. What's your CPU? I don't care that you have a 1070. What's your CPU? I put mine in queue. Oh yeah, speaking of the devil, the queue. Hello. Let's look at that. Hold on. Here we are. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, there's a lot. Okay. All right, chat. Hold on. So we got two systems that are exact same. Exact same here, basically. This is crazy. Averaging 80 FPS on all maps with a 7950X 3D. At 7700K, it's a quad core. Like, what? Oh. Like, I can't. Oh. It's like, do you want him to stop adding things? Stop making maps bigger? Stop, like, I don't. The 7700K. Like, you gotta have your expectations right for the hardware you have. Like, you can't expect the quad core from 2015 to like just muster up the strength to play CPU demanding games at a solid 60 FPS. Granted, wait, two guys at the same time, that's value, Clem. What did I just read as I was about to rant? Okay. But I mean, you can't just expect that to just... The 1070 would be okay. I mean, you have to run FSR a little bit, but that's okay. But, like... Yeah, I might actually pull this. Do you guys want to see this? Because I know Kodum would be able to see this and then know as well. But let's look at the rest of the setups real quick. 3070 and a 5800X. That's pretty standard. Yeah, this is the issue. Especially this is probably the issue. Let's see. This is definitely, yeah, bouncing everywhere with FPS. Yeah, that's, I mean, everybody's fluctuating dramatically on FPS depending on where they look. That's normal. But the stuttering, I don't know what settings he's running, but the stuttering could be from too high of a texture pick on the 3070 Ti. And Clem, can you please send me the CPU you'd recommend me to upgrade to? Yeah. What's your budget though, Gamerland? You can, if you shoot me a DM over here, so I can respond to these later, because I'll do that when I get the chance. I haven't opened them for a reason, because I don't want to forget to respond to them. So yeah, just shoot me a DM, and then I'll make sure. Okay. It's weird that the older hardware is more stable than the newer 30 and 40 series. In what? Or you can DM me if you want. I actually answer them. What? Cut, bro. That's a lie. That's a lie. Whatever you do, don't DM me. You don't want to see my dark side. Wait, hold on. We might have our first Sherpa guy here. Hold on, wait. No, if... Hold on 1 second. Okay. I have 57 unread messages. Oh my god. Caught? What do you mean caught? What? What power do I use for 3080 and 1200KF? High performance. Typically, and this is with a big asterisk, but typically high performance is fine on Intel and the balance plan is okay for AMD, because in the past they had the Ryzen balance plan, but they sort of phased that out to just use the balance plan. I believe reviewers were recommended to use the balance plan for reviewing Zen 4. I think. Can somebody quote, or can somebody correct me on that? I think if I'm remembering correctly. Oh yeah, makes you stretch. Oh. Oh. Also, I'm going to turn on the fan in my room for a bit, chat. Sorry if it gets a little loud. You probably won't hear it, though. Okay. What do we pick here, chat? There's a lot of, like, Zen 3 with the 3060 type. Sir, Breach a lot. Wait, I've seen you before. I've seen this guy before. If you DM me, I'll time you out for 4 centuries. Oh my god. Alright, well. Gotta dodge that. Yeah, a lot of people with like a 5800X or 5700X. A lot of people. Oh god. This might be something interesting, chat. I know my system isn't exactly the highest end, but I should be struggling to reach 60 and dropping often. I'm not really sure what I can do, and I've touched a bunch of settings. When they say they've touched a bunch of settings, that screams to me prime PC Sherpa live candidate, because that means like, okay, maybe something's broken. I might have broke it. 99% incident ink. You know what? I'm Parfait. If you're here, if you're here, you can hop in the lobby. I'll bring you up, but we'll keep looking just in case. Any tips for a 10400F? Oh, is that a quad core? Oh, that's gonna be brutal. Honestly, just make sure you have as little background tasks as possible. Honestly, that's your best bet. With the quad core, there's not like any external apps you can try to install to help that, like Process Lasso. You just got to make sure you limit what's in the background as much as possible. Do you have like a general priority on checking through things? It depends on the hardware, but like for this system, for instance, you'll see what I'll do, and then you'll have an idea. But let me drink some water and then I'll bring them up. Okay. I'm coming, Flourish. 1 second. Just drinking some more water. Okay. Yo.
Yo.
What's up, man? So,
man.
I thought... Huh?
Let me load up my game. Hold on.
Okay, you're good.
Stop.
I thought yours was interesting because your 1080p with, what was that, a 7800 XT?
7700.
7700 XT. Oh, so you went for the 7700 builds, basically.
Yeah.
Which, that's a really good build. I mean, the 7700 XT might even be like a little overkill for 1080p Tarkov. It should have really no issue, so...
Right? I can like max out most games, but God,
Yeah.
man. I don't know.
Did you
But,
build
like-
this recently?
Oh, yeah. No, it's been like a week or something.
Okay, so all right, then that gives me an idea of what to look at first. So, first things first, when you built the PC, so this is a fresh build,
Mm-hmm.
did you install everything you needed to? And by that I mean,
As in what?
did you install? I'll start with the easy stuff. Did you install the GPU drivers?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not like a noob to computers.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So you installed like the
I have
chipset
my
drivers
drivers and
everything when
chipset
you...
and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. So that's not the issue. That I asked that a lot because there has been more instances of that being the issue on fresh builds than you would expect.
Yeah.
So yeah. Next we'll look at the settings. That'll be we'll check that next, and then we'll look at some other stuff in the OS.
Yeah. You want me to screen share? What
yeah,
should I
go
load
for it.
into? Streets or like what?
We'll check the settings before you load in, just
Alright.
preemptively.
Share screen. Here.
Okay. Wow. Did she like copy mine? Like this is almost okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. No, wait. All right, we gotta talk about this. This is the second 2 out of 2 people have been running 5x4 aspect ratio.
Yeah, I like
What's
it.
going on right now?
it. I play stretch on all my games. It's like I don't know.
Like-
It's more comfortable.
Is everybody just like an Overwatch Widowmaker main right now? Like everybody is just like fucking.
No, I play like CS:GO and like
Yep. See.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Like.
R6.
Oh, okay. See, now that's where you got me. That's where you got me. So that looks okay. Whoa, actually, whoa. I just saw. Okay. High quality color. Bomb it.
Yeah.
Bomb that
Okay.
shit. Because that has caused a little bit of issue in the past. And I thought it wasn't at first because it wasn't causing any sort of performance impact. And then a wipe, I think it was like 2 wipes ago, all of a sudden it had more of an impact on performance than I saw originally. And so I've been not using it since. So,
Okay.
you know, and there has been actually, I might make another video specifically talking about high quality color because somebody in my community has just like a bunch of knowledge on it. And so I was able to get a bunch of like documents and stuff. So I may make a video specifically talking about that. But
Yeah. I just like my game looking like nice, you know, but
yeah, no, I get you.
gotta
But if you
sacrifice
do,
it.
load into a raid real quick and I'll make it look even nicer. Just go to and here, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just to compare performance. I'll load in with you just to I mean, I'll be
well,
past you, but
Yeah.
what's your
But
username?
I like here. Also, I'm like really new to the
Oh.
game, so like I can't really navigate stuff.
You're good. Oh, that's so I gotta go to my friends list and actually add you and not. That's looking at the wrong menu. Okay. Oh my god, is this your first wipe?
Okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh my god.
How do I,
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
how to accept you.
So click on Messenger
Okay.
and then click
Okay.
on Friends in the top right. Of that
Right.
window. Of that window.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. And then pending requests. So there you go.
Okay.
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 And now I'll invite you to an offline raid.
Okay.
And it's gonna be without
Don't
bots.
you need like PvE or no?
Shouldn't. Oh, you can't do co-op. Oh, BSG moment. Okay, yeah, the load in solo. Load in solo. Or we could go to a scav raid. But you know what? Fuck it. I'll load up a scav raid.
All right.
That'll give real world performance, but it's going to be all over the place. So we'll go at nighttime just to try to allow you to survive. Poor soul chose the wrong wipe. Okay. I'm glazing BSG here for a second. This wipe's not that bad. The performance has been awful. But this wipe hasn't been that bad. It's meh. It's not bad, or it's not good. It's just kind of meh. It's kind of meh. It's okay. And that's
I also have like process lasso and stuff. Like I set my affinity
Ooh.
and stuff with like SMT. Like I tested it on and off and like I had like Riva tuner and all that. But like I don't know, man.
okay.
Nothing
We'll
really
work through
netted
that.
me like FPS.
SMT, to be honest with you, disabling hyperthreading, I have not had a system that I've worked with on PC Sherpa yet that has been able to have a definitive increase by disabling it.
No, it decreased me by like 20 FPS. It's terrible.
Yeah. So I don't really recommend it for most people unless you specifically have like, unless you are able to see it yourself and are able to repeat the improvement, or if people are like disabling it in BIOS with like a high-end Intel chip and just trying to like OC the fuck out of their CPU. That's really like the only circumstances. I hate the audio change. The audio is kind of mid. I think if they work out the weird like audio bugs, I think it'll be okay. But like with the reverbs, like when you get shot and there's like a chihuahua that pounces on your head and like starts gnawing at you, that's kind of annoying. But bought this game back in 2019, stopped playing a little after. Now I'm back as a Chad. Yeah, you're playing 5-4 again. Like everybody's just like like an ex-pro CS:GO player. Clones actually helped me a lot, but here it does. Also, I loaded in. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, damn, my load's slow.
Yeah, you're good. You have this on an SSD, right?
Oh yeah, it's on my 980 Samsung.
Okay. Cool. There has been people I've helped in the past who have tried playing this on a hard drive.
Oh god.
It was not. Had to let them down the hard way.
Is that normal to like take that long to load? Because I have like an NVMe, so I don't know. It's like reading like I think 1,000 or like 6,000. I don't know. I think it's 6,000.
It's not too bad. I mean, you loaded in 2 minutes. That's not bad at all.
Okay.
Okay, let's try to find somewhere to go. Also, I gotta mute your in-game audio, or else it's gonna. Wait. I gotta tap back into your stream. What the like? It's like, how do people play like this? Okay, since you don't have an overlay right now, just type press tilde.
Okay.
And then type FPS space 1. And I'll just have the FPS be on the top right for you. So.
Okay. What map is this?
This is streets, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna find a place to hide. This is the American version of Tarkov. Everyone is overweight. It's true. Okay. This should be a good spot. Or is it? Can we go over there? We can go over there. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, here we go. This isn't looking towards Lexos, which would be ideal, but... Oh, we could actually... Oh, no, let's go over there. Okay, wait, I found a better spot. With a 10 850K, you can just process lasso off the, Here it is. The, you just set off like 6 cores. I think that's like a... Isn't that a 12-core CPU or something? You have plenty of room to just like section it off. Oh boy, what am I seeing? Peak performance. So look this way for me. Just down this way.
Yep.
And that way we can just compare performance. So right now, looking this way, I'm getting about 100 FPS on average. Just looking that way.
Hold on. Stop reading. I'm like 70, 74, 76.
So you bounce between 75 and 80, roughly.
Yeah.
Almost
I just dropped down to
60.
68. I don't even move anything.
Yeah, that's probably... The thing to note, though, with that overlay, too, is that that's also, like, just seeing the raw FPS number doesn't get you, like, to see, like, the frame time graph like I see. So, like, when there's a stutter, like, for example, when you open your inventory, you'll see that number just go down, but it's not actually, like, lower FPS per se, like, you're just having a stutter, and then it goes back to normal shortly after, right? So, you're still only about, like, 20% worse off than I am, so that's a pretty good place to be. Can we check like what you have running in the background, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You might want to unplug your direct memory access card beforehand, though. You're not gonna get that joke, but other people in chat will get that joke.
Do you want me to just like screen share, or do you want me to tell
Yeah.
you?
Do you need me to hide my screen
No,
for a
no,
second?
no.
Okay.
Change. Here.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my Google.
All right. We gotta. Okay. Oh boy.
Here.
Sort by name. Oh, you have the. Oh, what is? Okay, I have never helped somebody ever that's had the Thorium browser installed, but big ups Thorium, I guess. Auto hotkey. You had Epic Games Launch running in the background, but we can disable some startup stuff. Keep scrolling. You have Process Lasso. Oh, open up Process Lasso. Let's look through there. That'll be. Oh, you have Intelligent Standby List Cleaner. Oh, brother, ooh. Brother, ooh. Sort by process name.
Oh, okay.
It's just above. Just above. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. So now I can see and get a better idea of what's running in the background. Surprisingly better FPS. Yeah, it's actually doing pretty good. Hey, what's up, Ghost Proxy? Yeah, ISLC we're probably going to get rid of. Because I don't think you really need that on your system. That could be causing more stuttering when you're clearing out the stamina memory. That's sort of what I saw when I tested it, but it was only once, so... So I might actually... Wait a minute. Go to EFT. It's down. Right there. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay. Wait. We gotta fix this. Okay. So hover over Escape from Tarkov. Don't click on it yet. And then control click on Escape from Tarkov Battle Eye. Take both of those, right click on them. On either of them.
Okay.
CPU affinity. All the ways. Select CPU affinity. And now we want to... Oh, wait, this is actually it. This is exactly what I wanted to set it as. Okay. Yeah, just hit OK. Okay. Booyah. Let's go back in game. Let's look forward again. All right. Now we're cooking with gas a little bit, but also my FPS went up a little bit as well, I'm assuming. Let me check. No, I'm still at 102 or 103 FPS right here. Roughly where you're looking, and you're at what, like 80 or 90? 90
Yeah.
something? Oh wow, you're almost
97.
what I'm at. That is impressive. Okay.
What the hell just happened?
Let's
Wow.
Clem needs the Sherpa. Don't judge me, okay? Do I have anything set for? Nah, I gotta optimize my own computer. No, but we're good so far. Let's next, let's go back in there. And what I'm thinking, because you do have voice meter open, and I'm assuming you use that a lot.
Just when I'm talking, like right now, but usually I don't have it open.
Okay, so you usually, okay, because if you wanted to, you could have Tarkov be on the last 7 cores and then put voice meter on the first core if you wanted to technically have the most ideal experience. Do you want me to show you how to do that? Just if you wanted to.
From Affinity.
So yeah, you'd go to Affinity, and then you can select CPU Affinity always, yeah. And then basically what you do for Tarkov is you take it off 0 and 1, because that's the first thread. And then you can actually save it as like last 7 cores or something, so you know that that's the preset. So you hit save named Affinity. Yeah. You can do like last 7 cores. And okay. And okay. And then you can just, like, for example, if you wanted to set that, you just right-click on, like, Escape from Tarkov Battle Eye, which you shouldn't set cores for, by the way, but this is just a showcase. Go to CPU Affinity, always, and then you can just select
Oh, right here, it's right there.
Yeah, it's just right there, yeah. So, and then you can go down to voice meter.
Yeah.
Right-click, CPU Affinity, always, and then select CPU Affinity. And then hit last 7 cores, and then hit invert on the right. Boom.
Oh, okay,
and then you can save that as the first core only, or you can just, you can just apply it too. And then voice meter is isolated as well.
That's nice, okay.
So yeah.
You think that would, like, do anything right now?
I don't think it will. Not anything that you'd be able to see, but, like, that's just, I mainly recommend that for people who are, like, what's the word? For people who are, like, have a lot of stuff running in the background, you know? In your case, I don't think you have that much open in the background that you need to worry about, so I will say, though, you are still running, I think, DLSS, so are you running the upscaling? Go and check.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, you're just better than me. Okay, this is cool. You're, like, running the same performance that I am on my 7800 X2D. I'm like, I gotta see if I'm doing something wrong now. But take what I would do in your settings. Actually, let me show you first.
Okay.
So in game here, do you see? I think you'd be able to see it here. So look down this hallway here and, like, crouch. You see the floor? You see how it looks really murky when it goes into the distance?
Oh yeah.
Now go to Anisotropic Filtering.
Yeah.
Force that.
Here. For texture.
Yeah, put it on. Force on. You have the headroom. It'll be okay. Let me crouch here too. Looks significantly better for me than for you, honestly. But are you on? Oh, you're on medium. Oh, you're on low textures. That's right. I'm on medium textures. So that makes sense.
Am I? No, I'm a medium.
Oh, you're on medium too. What the fuck? Do you have something? Wait, no, you're on the AMD. You're on AMD as well. You have it forced on, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this.
Maybe that's Discord compression doing. Oh, you're also at 1080p, so maybe make it look a little bit less sharp. But you see, like, the tile on the floor there?
Yeah. This thing.
Yeah, like, and like close, like even closer near the puddle. Maybe I'm just tripping.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, like, it just looks a little bit blurrier for you than it does for me. But maybe that's the Discord compression mixed with you being at 1080p.
I could stream at 1440, but I don't, like, would it show for you?
Maybe not. But there's an easier way to see it here. Come on. I know a different place.
Yeah.
If we don't die by the time we get there. I don't think I can open this, can I? You gotta go down. Okay. Yeah, I'm delusional now. Now I'm just tripping. I hear something. We're okay. If we're not, you can kill him, and then you can just continue solo. We'll be fine. Oh, it's just a scav. Okay. Piece of candy. Hold up. I might have found. Ooh. You want that armor? You can take that armor.
Does it save? Like, can
Yeah,
I keep
but
this?
yeah, as a scav, you just you go in with random kit and then you just extract and then you can keep it.
Oh, I
and
thought it was
use
like offline. Oh.
No. This is online. Yeah, that's what I think so too, Hawk. PC gave me a blue screen. Look at my paging file video. If you're blue screening, you should probably adjust that. This might get us killed. I'm just gonna preface this, but that's okay.
Wait, so there's like other players in here, right? So this would like reflect like actual performance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me plug in my headset. It's dying.
Okay. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. So right here, let me look at the road. Okay, yeah, so it is working for you. Because you can see if you look at my stream real quick, it's really blurry for me and I have it off.
Oops.
I have anisotropic filtering
I don't
off.
have your thing.
Oh, that's okay. But then when I switch it back to on, it's working for me. So I think it is working for you. It just looked a bit blurrier than I thought it would. That's a friend, don't worry. When we're a scav, the scavs don't shoot at us. Unless you shoot them first. We can just walk around for a little bit. We'll try to extract. I can take you over to the extract. And we'll,
This is really weird. Like, I was like around this area and I was only getting like 60, 70. I was dropping to like 40.
Well, keep in mind too that it's gonna differ based on like how many players are here. So I bet you that probably like the scav boss is in here right now and stuff like that, and that can definitely affect your performance as well. And that's why, like, if you see me ever like having to argue with people about like they're like, oh, can't you just benchmark online? This is part of the issue. Like, because raid to
no,
raid,
I was
you
getting
can-
less FPS than offline. So like that's why it's really weird.
Oh, that is a little bit weird. What are you at right now, by the way? I haven't been looking.
About like
You're at
80, 76.
Okay. Okay, so now you're starting to be below me a little bit in terms of performance here. But
Yeah, like right now I just hit like 60 for a second.
okay, because yeah, here for me, I'm still hitting at roughly 100 looking this way. Yeah, let's not walk in the middle of the street here. Let's go this way. That tank audio, yeah, I know. I'm gonna loot this real quick. The dead bodies can be meta. Alright, let's go. Okay. I will say too that if you run a lot of raids in like over and over again, I was experiencing some like stuttering issues. I am running like high textures basically, and like I have my settings up pretty high, so I've been trying to like influence that and get to the point where I do get some stutters. But if you do experience stutters like that, if you just restart the game, you should. Somebody
What is that
this.
from? Like RAM overflow?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Also, I think it's from the game constantly trying to dip into the paging file.
It's not a
And
fun
that's causing
game.
an issue. Ibrahim, thank you for the member on YouTube, the aristocrat. Appreciate that, dude. Welcome. Helps a lot, man. Thank you. This is probably one of the harder maps to run, so... yeah, you're chilling. Now, obviously, just saw somebody type in chat. If you use, like, scopes, like, any of the, like, zoom-in picture-in-picture ones, where, like, they have like, a variable zoom, that can impact your performance. And there's basically nothing you can do about that.
Like on snipers and stuff?
Yeah. So that can be an issue. But on streets, you'll probably be able to stay like at least above 50 FPS most of the time, if not higher. Even
Honestly,
if
it's
you use a
running like
picture.
pretty good. Like,
We're on the edge of the
surprising.
map now too, so it's gonna be better as we get towards the end here. Double tap O really quick. Do you have this yet? Oh no, you don't have this extract. Oops. Okay, let me take you to a different one then. I'll get you out of here. Also, wait, do you have the... Here, swap guns with me real quick. You might need this gun. Request. And give you the mags for that pistol. I'll give you the rounds. Okay, and then I dropped the shells right there.
Okay.
Another one right there.
Oh, oops.
Alright. Yeah, you need that for one of the first quests in the game, so... I just realized we're gonna pass it over. You need soap too? Oh yeah, you're right. Here. That as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Back-to-back raid situation is honestly super horrible. Yeah, I was able to get it on customs once. And it did not seem like it was fixed with automatic RAM cleaner either. It just basically required a game restart in order to fix.
Oh, you said something about ISLC. You
Yeah.
think it's, like, could be affecting me.
Yeah, we can find somewhere to hide real quick and I can get that disabled for you. Unless you... And that's the really hard thing, too, about recommending some of these things, is, like, unless you're actually seeing a performance increase from using these things, you should not just, like, blindly install some of this. Like, you have 12 gigs of VRAM, you have 32 gigs of RAM. Odds are, with medium textures and low where appropriate, like, if you need to run Street Store texture res, which you may, by the way, because I'm, like... I have a 16 gig GPU and it's starting to overflow a little. Well, not overflow, but it's going over 12 gigs a little bit, so you may need to. But
it's not a fun game.
Even there, you should typically be okay. And enabling standby list cleaner for me on my system actually made performance worse for a little while. So,
What about like Discord screen share? Do you think that would like
that can hurt
the game
performance
like
as well.
5 FPS maybe?
Yeah. If it's using hardware acceleration, most of the work is being done by the GPU, but there can still be an impact from it, yeah. I'm just going to run up here for a second so we can take away ISLC, and then we'll go to extract, because we don't have too much time left. Okay.
You on second floor?
Yeah, I'm to your left, right here. Okay. So just go to your, just boot up ISLC real quick. And then uncheck that. Both of those right there. Yep. And then stop. And you're good. You can close that now. Okay. You shouldn't see any impact off the bat. Because what ISLC doing is it's just clearing basically data that your system thinks may be frequently accessed. So it keeps some data actually in memory, even though it's like not actually being used, so that if it needs to reference it again, then it doesn't have to call it back from the drive or anything like that. You can just...
okay.
Yeah. Bro, don't you get tired about talking about Tarkov performance all the time? I don't know. I mean... it depends. I mean, I like PC hardware, honestly. So, like, it's kind of an avenue for me to be a nerd and talk about that shit, you know? So not really. It's fun, you know? Nikita needs to optimize his fucking game. Wow, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, very passionate. Okay. I mean, I've made, like, this isn't the only game that I've made videos on. Like, I talked about Grey Zone Warfare, and I still look at that game. I would still love to play that game as well, to keep playing that, because I really do like it. But, you know, when the time comes. Also, you've never been here before either, right?
Nope.
Whole new world for you.
Yeah.
You have to
no
learn
idea
this.
how you like manage your like way around the map.
Once you play it enough, like, Streets I would run all the time, just, like, on stream and stuff, so once you, like, play it enough, you just, like, start to memorize the paths.
I've been playing that mall map. I'm like okay at it.
Interchange. Yeah. Interchange was the map that I grew up on as well. But it can be tricky. can be very tricky. Your channel scratches some weird itch in my brain where it crosses several areas of interest. See, that's what I'm saying. I personally hate this Clem guy. Brady, what the fuck are you talking? I've known you for like 4 years. What are you talking about? Just got haters. Just got haters right now. The program for the overlay is CapFrame Max. BSG's keeping you in business. I mean, kind of. But still, I mean, like, even still, like, him having, like, ISLC and, like, people having, you know, like, incorrect power plans, stuff like that, that's, like, outside of the game, so I can still help in that regard. Also, the extract is right down here. If you want, we can loot them all before we leave. We have some time left. If you want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just showing you this is where it is, so that if I get, like, shit on, you can just, like, run over here.
Okay.
There's some loot down here.
Well, if you die, I don't think I'm living.
Have you seen my gameplay over the past, like, week, bro? It has not been ideal. Did not have the, did not have the spark.
So where do I look for loot? Like, in stores like this, I never find anything.
So there's like little things that you can loot. Like, for example, this dead body. This is like placed. It's not like an actual dead body, so you can loot those. Sometimes cash registers are lootable. I'll show you some in here. Come with me real quick. Screw PC Sherpa. Now we're just Sherpaing. So back here, there is some... I thought there was a crate right here. Also, some of the crates have like variable spawn rates, so sometimes they just don't spawn at all. It's like you can't always trust where things are. So these are things you can loot too. Go into the rooms that here, you can take this one.
Okay.
And loot in here. So you can see like there's jackets, there's a box, there's a bigger box. You can loot filing cabinets. You reckon a Ryzen 3900X and 2060 Super can get above 100 FPS? On what map? Oh my god. I just found a fucking moonshine. Holy shit.
Is it possible for things to spawn with nothing? Or is this just...
Yeah. It could either spawn with nothing or it was looted, yeah. Here, you can loot this side of the filing cabinets, the left side. Drink it.
Tapping E. Oops. I got a drill. Nice.
Kill him. I'm not killing him. Do you have a video for Nvidia app settings? No, not yet. I haven't made a video. I have one about the control panel, but not about Nvidia app settings. Clem, what do I gotta do for you to fix all my settings and improve my performance? How much Ethereum? You don't need to pay me, man. You don't need to pay me. I just bring people on, randomly, basically. I try to help where I can, but, it's, the best place to try and get help is my Discord, because then you can make a post in the help forum, and then people, like, look through those, and, it sounds like I beg, but if you can help, it's legitimately going to save me real money tomorrow instead of having to take this to a PC shop. What's the issue, Dean? I saw you made a post in the PC Sherpa thing, but... Here, you can take this. You can either keep it or you can vendor it. It's your call, but it's worth like 250k.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it like 189k to the trade or something like that? It's probably worth more once the flea market unlocks, so you can either keep it until you hit level 15 and then sell it on the flea market, or you can just sell it now if you need some more cash.
Okay. Thank you, man. That actually really helped, surprisingly.
Yeah. Of course, man. No problems. If you have more issues though, feel free to ask. I'm around.
Good to see you, bro. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, of course. No problem. You have a good one, dude. Another W. Another W. Another W Sherpa right there. Oh. 120k? Oh, well, close enough. Still a lot for an early game. Alright, let me check Easy Dean. What'd you say here? Massive crashes with the game that freeze my full PC. Okay. Okay. Here, Easy Dean, come into the VC. That should be quick. Whenever people just say i5, I want to I want to punch a wall. There's 20-year-old i5s. That actually really helped. Surprisingly, backhanded AF. No, that wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't saying it like that. Okay. Yo, what's up, man?
Good afternoon, young man. How's it going?
Hey, what's up? It's going good, man. It's going good. I think I know what's causing your crashes. If it's a full PC crash, do you have? Did it blue screen or what exactly happened?
So it used to blue screen, and
Okay.
then I like rage reset my PC.
Oh,
Like
no.
wiped,
Another one of those.
not wiped it, but
Right.
you know what I
right.
mean, type thing.
Yeah.
Because I used to have a pal that used to help me with it a lot, but what was happening was I'd get a problem, I'd ask him about it, and then he just kind of got sick in the end of trying to help me out with a PC. So, but like I just can't wrap my head around PC building or like how it all works and things like that. It just doesn't sit in my head. So I've never been able to kind of like teach myself how it works, if that makes sense.
Okay. So firstly, is this is only in Tarkov? Yes.
Correct, yeah.
Whenever you play anything else, you're doing okay.
Yeah, it seems to run
EFT
okay, yeah.
It's not a fun
Okay.
game.
Okay. Because if the crashing is only in Tarkov, then I got an idea. So, somebody in chat said, "Did your friend work in IT?" But let's take a look. First and foremost, I'm gonna check your settings, and then we'll implement the fix, and
Yep.
see based on what I see there.
Right, so what do you want me to do? You want me to load up the game? Like,
Yeah, load up the game. Let me see the settings. Yeah.
okay.
And you had 32 gigs of RAM, yeah? If I remember.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And a 3060. Okay.
Just loading up now.
Nah, bro, how does it make sense that I get 20 more FPS on borderless than full screen? That's a great question. I don't know why that started behaving like that this wipe. That's not how it behaved in the past. And it's only when your CPU bottlenecked, which something's got to be wrong there. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. Heard it was 3 gigs of RAM, and I was like, what the fuck? No, no. All right, let's check it out. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Okay. Wait, scroll down. Okay. All right. All right. We got, okay. I don't know where to start. Okay. Okay. Do you know how much VRAM is on your card? Can you open Task
Fantastic
Manager?
question.
Open your Task
Task
Manager real
Manager,
quick. Yeah. And then if you go to, I believe the tab is called Performance. Yeah. And then go to GPU and it'll show you dedicated GPU memory. And that's how much you have. just wanna-
Performance tab.
Yeah, performance. Oh, sorry. You have to hit. You probably have it. You have to hit.
Let me, I'll do a screen share. Give me a sec.
Okay. Now watching your 11-month-old video on process last, so that should still be fairly accurate. I may make an update on it in the future, but that should be accurate.
Okay, that should be showing.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Go to
it
that.
up here?
Yep. And then GPU. The very bottom. Yep. Okay, you have a 12 gig. Okay. It's a 12 gig GPU. And then let's look at the memory tab real quick too, just to check something. Okay, that's correct. And then, yeah, the CPU looks like it's boosting correctly. 3 SATA SSDs. Can you click on that real quick? Oh, okay, next. Okay. And the last one? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wait. All right. Wow. So that might be part of the issue. Okay, so the paging files. Click on the other two ones again. So click on D. Okay, and then click on. Oh, I think I see what the problem is. Yeah, I'm starting to see what the problem is. Okay. So let's just cover the settings real quick. So in the settings, what I would do first, in Tarkov, is you have a 12 gig GPU with 32 gigs of memory. I think medium textures is okay for you at 12 gigs. So in there, why is it? Oh, I can't see it.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was on the whole screen. No, you're good. I don't know why it didn't show it. Since you're on full screen.
I just switched like the window thing on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Is that working now?
It's still the same.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. Here, wait, stop the stream and then launch it up again. That should do it. 7950 X3D or 9800? 9800 X3D for a new build. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, medium texture should be fine, and we'll implement the fix in a second that should help with that. Clouds quality you can set to high. That's fine at high. I would disable high quality color before I forget, because that can impact your FPS by a little bit. Whether or not you're GPU or CPU bound doesn't matter if I remember correctly. Anti-aliasing. Do you like FXAA?
If I'm honest, I had it off earlier and it was like, it looked horrendous. I have been trying every YouTube video just to try and get the game work. Yeah. So this is a product of this basically.
Okay. So basically, anti-aliasing affects those shimmery edges that you saw with anti-aliasing off. That's what it's trying to combat. That's what that's for. FXAA is fast approximate anti-aliasing, does it in a single frame. And it doesn't really do that good of a job because you can still see some of the shimmery bits, though it's slightly better. But TAA, which is temporal anti-aliasing, does a decent job at removing that anti-alias or that aliasing. But because of how TAA is implemented, it can be a bit more blurry than you would be used to if you're running like anti-aliasing completely off. If you're okay with that trade-off, to have less of that shimmering, then I would run with TAA High. You have the GPU headroom to do it at 1080p. That's what I would do personally. And then, so what I'm going to do first, before we adjust the rest of these, save this first, because you have Streets of Tarkov lower texture res on. That's good. Save this. We're going to close the game. We're going to fix your paging file, which I think is the source of your issues here. And then you'll restart your PC and you'll come back, and then we'll go into an offline raid, and then we'll check out the rest of the settings. Because that should be okay. So share your whole screen when you can, then I'll walk you through going to fix that. Because I saw, if you didn't know, do you know what a paging file is?
Yeah, I'm so unclued up.
No, that's okay. I was just asking, so I didn't like repeat things. So
no, for sure.
The paging file is, you can think of it kind of like backup memory for your system, but it's not only that. Basically what it is it's basically a section of your disk that you can change, or the system may manage, that it can use as backup memory, backup RAM. It can also be used to swap things in and out of your disk as well if needed.
Just to make things run easier.
That
makes sense.
It is also a backup, like in case, for example, your RAM maxed out and it needed some place to dump, then it can dump to the paging file. Tarkov uses the paging file extensively, depending on the setup. Also, for context chat, the issue is he's crashing on load. So what I would do is press Windows key and R. We're going to take you to that paging file page. Windows key and R.
To services.msc.
So in that window, type in System Properties Advanced, no spaces. This is a shortcut to get to that window.
Do you know what? I think I did this earlier when I was watching a YouTube video.
Yeah. But
Oh,
the thing
I
is,
tell a lie. It was the EFT, because I'm not gonna lie, I was whinging in the EFT support chat, and then one of the admins recommended I do like something to do with the settings here. But you'll see anyway, yeah.
yeah, the issue that I saw, if you go to settings here,
Yep.
and then advanced, and then change, the issue that I saw here is that right there. There's a paging file set on every single one of your drives. Which means that it's basically using every single one of your drives adds paging file storage. I think that's the issue. So what I want to do... Oh my god, wait, no, there's a hard drive. Wait. Well, that would be the issue. Okay, so really quickly, if you could open your File Explorer up for me. And I just want to go to this PC in here. I don't need to see like any specific file. Oh, this is awesome. Average hard drive moment.
This is what happens though whenever I load EFT and close it. This is what the rest of my PC will do afterwards. So I have to like hard reset every time. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. But this is okay. So go to scroll down.
Yep.
Until we get to where's this PC? I just wanted to see each one of your drives listed. There we go, this PC. I just wanted to see just in a quick menu. Click on this PC. Yeah. Okay. Now right click on where it says HDD. We're gonna see if that's actually a hard drive. Go to properties. And go to hardware. I think that'll show the name. Yeah, okay. I think the E drive was the Samsung HD 502 HI. Yeah, that's a hard drive. Yep, that would be the source of your problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix that. So what we're gonna do is go back to that virtual memory paging file page. Do you know what drive Tarkov's installed on?
I believe
D?
I believe I avoided. Yeah, I think it's D. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And
I
I think
installing it on that.
if you could open up the this PC window again, I think you had enough space on that drive. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, you got plenty of space. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. This isn't necessarily ideal, but because you have enough space on your D drive for the paging file, we're gonna put the paging file only on there. Okay, and the reason why is I would recommend to put paging file on an SSD that's not the SSD it's installed in, ideally, but your other SSD is almost full, and I don't want to risk you having issues with that. So it'll function just fine if it's on the same SSD. Also, if the paging file is on that hard drive, the hard drive is significantly slower storage than the SSD, which is probably why you're hanging a lot when you're in game, or when you try to load, it just freezes and crashes.
Yeah.
Because of that. I know the task manager says SSD, by the way. But looking up the specific hardware, it showed that, and let me pull that up again. Could you click on disk 2E? Yeah, it is Samsung HD 502 HI. That is 100%. It says it's a 500. It is 500 gigs, 5400 RPM, 3.5-inch hard drive. Could it be a hybrid? It doesn't say that it is. It's got a 16 megabytes of cache on it, which could explain why it technically recognizes it as a SSD. But that's definitely a hard drive. So let's, for E, click on E.
On here.
In that virtual memory. Yeah.
Yep.
E, no paging file. And then for C, no paging file. You have to hit set 2. I'm sorry. I was an idiot. So it's set right next to no paging file. To the right. Yep. And same thing for E. No paging file set. Okay. And then for D, We're gonna try. I have to actually look up on my video what the recommended size was. Give me 1 second. According
Yeah,
to
no worries.
BSG support, it was like a year ago when they when I was originally getting reports of this, and then I made a video about it. So just let me see what that was.
There's
They said, so one of the moderators earlier on said, try adding 16,000 megabytes minimum and 25,000 maximum page count to an SSD.
Add it to be with 16 gigs. Let's make sure you're not crashing from this. Let's just play better safe than sorry since you have the space. Set both the initial and maximum to 25,600. Sorry. So 25600 for both. And then set. Yep. And save. Okay. And you're going to have to restart. Yeah. So restart, come back, and then we'll test it.
Yeah. I'll be 2 seconds.
I'll drag you back in when actually wait, before you leave, I can give you a role. That'll just allow you to join back in the channel.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. You got it. Go
Okay.
forward.
All right, it'll be 2 minutes.
Okay, no problem. Oh, lordy, chat. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what the issue is. Like when I read that and he's like hard crash, I was like, okay, but I did not expect it to be on a hard drive. That is something I did not expect. Thank you, by the way, Bunno. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Did the HDD get set? I'm going to double check it with him when he boots up his computer just to make sure. But I think it was, yeah. Also, if you do want help like this,
it's not a fun game.
Thank you, by the way, Eloki, for the follow. I appreciate it. You're doing godly work. Thank you, man. Trying. That specs with SATA disk. I know.
EFT is not a fun game.
Also, when he reboots, I'll check to make sure
EFT
any of his
is
other
not a
storage
fun
isn't an HDD as well. Can you optimize my ARC A380? Is it possible? Might be. No, it's gonna. I don't think the ARC 380 would do that bad in Tarkov.
EFT is not
Actually,
a
it's
fun
got
game.
4 gigs of VRAM. Never mind. I take that back. Also, thank you, Middlemain, Skullmarin, and Fixius for the follows on Twitch. I appreciate that. Discord link isn't working. Is it not working? Oh, is it not working? Holy shit. That was like 50 quadrillion people. You can, there's another link on my channel page on YouTube as well. It's a different link on there. So you might be able to use that if that other one's not working. But it should be working in there. If it's not working, try a different browser if it's not working correctly. Physics, welcome in. This guy had his paging file set on a hard drive, so that might be the issue. That's what you missed, basically. Any ideas on how to increase FPS on an 8700K and a 1660 Ti? Oof. Oh, it's 6. My bad, Wild. But if you have 32 gigs of memory, run low textures anyway. Just make sure you run low textures, and besides that, man, that's just rough. That CPU is just the reason. I mean, you could object LOD quality. I'd honestly, if you need to, run it lowest. It's gonna make it run better in some areas, and then you'll see dips in some other areas. But it might be what you just have to do. And also make sure you reduce the amount of background tasks. Don't have anything open in the background if you can spare it. Thank you, Click. I appreciate that. I'm just trying my best here. Also, let me make sure you didn't DM me. Okay. I just want to make sure he's not waiting in the lobby. Also, yeah, once you join the Discord, make sure you go to role requests. And oh my god, don't react with any other emojis that aren't these two, because then you won't get the role. You got to make sure you either react with the top hat if you want pings, or with the incognito if you do not want pings in the Discord. And oh my god, 60 people reacted to this. No, not the message from the mod either. Specifically these two. Once you react to these two, you'll get a role in the server, and then you'll see all the channels. If you don't react, then you won't see everything. That's just to help combat bots and stuff like that.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back, man. Let's just quickly double check everything. I just want to make sure that we have things set correctly, and then we'll boot up. So just open up that your Tarkov, jeez, your task manager, excuse me, and that virtual memory page again when you can. And that should really, I think, actually, I'm not going to jinx it, but I've had it happen in the past. Like, I've had this specific thing happen in the past, so, okay. Let's take a look again. So go back to that performance tab, or in task manager, sorry. You get the chance. I just want to check your other two disks. Can you check on disk D for me? I'm going to look that one up and make sure that that's also not... I'm pretty sure that's a crucial 500 gigabyte SSD, but I'm going to make sure real quick for you. Yep, that's exactly that. And then your other one, being the boot drive, is 100% fine. That should be good. Okay, so... hit change there. Just want to make sure it's set correctly in virtual memory.
This one, yep.
Yep, good. Okay, that's exactly how it should be set. All right. Cool. Okay. And then besides that, I do see you have OneDrive open. So just go to startup for me in task managers. Just hit sorry, go to the left. I believe it's the third option.
This one.
On the left, like far left.
Oh.
Yeah. App history below, I think, below the fourth one. Yep. Okay. All right. And then OneDrive, you can just disable on startup. I'm assuming you're not using that.
No. Never.
So just, yep, hit disable. Bingo. And then Spotify would also disable on startup. You can just boot that up when you need it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And those are good. And then go to the bottom right for me real quick.
Wait.
The little arrow next to OneDrive. Yep.
Yeah.
Right there. And then first off, right click on OneDrive. The little cloud icon. Right next to your microphone.
Oh yeah. This one.
Is there a way for us to kill this with a hammer? Settings. You can't kill it with a hammer. We could use Task Manager to close it down. Just go to Task Manager and just kick its ass. Go to the three. Yep. Also, you can hit you see the three lines in the top?
Yeah.
There you go. That'll make it easier for you to identify. Okay. Now you can sort by name by clicking on the name right there. And then go to OneDrive should be invisible because I can't actually see where it is right now.
I just literally clicked 10 tasks a second ago.
Oh, you got it already?
Yeah, I just did it a second
Oh,
ago.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Then with that closed, let's just check on the bottom right. Hit that arrow again. What's that settings cog next to the shield on the right?
This one.
App Center? What is that?
You tell me. I think it just came installed with the computer, to be honest.
Oh, it's the gigabyte shit. Oh.
What?
Okay, close that.
Fair enough.
You don't need the third-party stuff. We'll worry about that later. It's all right. Let's just make sure your game works first.
Yeah.
Go ahead and boot it up.
So I'll share it when it's like live. See, when I'm in game, like, and it's working okay, the game works absolutely fine. Like, I can get in firefights, and
yeah,
I'm not struggling FPS wise. I'd say quite happy how that performs, but as I say, it just feels like after a raid or two, it's like I feel like I have to restart my game. But as soon as I try and restart my game, yeah, it's like a vicious cycle.
With this should be what you need. And you can even screen share when it's loading, and it should just be fine because it won't be trying to dip into the HDD, the hard drive's paging file anymore. Because the hard drive is a lot slower than even SATA SSDs, significantly slower.
Yeah.
And see, this is part of the thing where, like, I understand, like, people's frustration with Tarkov performance, but there is situations where it's just like this, where it's like, oh, that's not supposed to be like that. And then, not to say it's your fault. You were trying to get help from EFT support, so it's not like it's your fault, but it's like system configuration issues can just fuck you up. Especially when the game's as buggy as it already is. Let's just pressure it to the max. Just go to streets, offline streets. That should really be a memory. Oh, make sure you heal. Damn. Oh, we got a fracture. Okay. There we go.
Do you want me to take a gun in to fire rounds off?
Sure, if you'd like, yeah. That should work.
Okay.
I'll see if it's suppressed Mosin too, you lucky bastard. Yeah, streets, and then next, enable practice and game settings, and then disable AI just for this, so that it you don't get killed. And then next, and go for it. Why is
go on.
The brain rot is hitting me? I was literally about to say, like, why is your PMC mogging? And I stopped myself. I stopped myself from saying it. The brain rot is getting too much, man. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, it was I can show you my Discord messages from earlier where I was literally like raging at my couple of friends that I play with regularly. Like, I'm taking this piece of shit computer to the fucking shop tomorrow. So,
did you get this built at that shop?
No. My friend, as I say, my friend who now does not help me with the computer. He's who built it, but like we've installed different parts on it 2-3 times, and he said every time
you have so many different drives and
yeah, he's just. So, but as I say, being someone who's never ever learned how to build a PC or anything like that, I'm literally like that useless old woman on the other end of a phone company's phone. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of a. And that's what's the most frustrating thing about it. Like, I just don't understand it. And when you don't understand something, it's not working how it worked 2 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Your head just goes completely. So
yeah, no, and that's why, like, sometimes when people are like raging in my comments, like, "Oh, the BSG devs are such a shit game," I like, I take it with a grain of salt because, like, I know people are just like really, really frustrated. So, like, I understand, Hey, the game works fine for me. I only have a $1,500 computer, so
yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no,
guys,
but
come on,
that's
just
how it comes across sometimes, isn't it?
Are you guys not true believers? Like, are you just not like, where's the cash, guys? My God. Should I be worried about my GPU or CPU usage being low? No, it just, if your GPU usage is below 100%, means your CPU bottlenecked. Basically, simple as. Type in your console really quick because I can only see 15 FPS. Type FPS space 1 just so I can get an idea of your frame rate. Okay. Well, this is better than before where you didn't load into a RAID.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's better to see. You can, do you have any overlay? Have you built an overlay with, anything? Like MSI Afterburner or?
Like Nvidia and all that type of thing? GeForce?
Well, not that. I'm talking about, like, the performance overlay you see in my videos where, like, I have, like, all this stuff up.
No,
that'll give you
I've only ever used the console commands for that type of thing.
Okay, that's all right. It just helps. I have a video showing like MSI Afterburner, for example, that you could watch at some point. It just shows you like how to set it up. So it gives you like a, it gives you what we call a frame time graph, where basically, frame time is pretty obvious. It's just the amount of time between each frame. It's literally the frame time. So if you see that like going up and down crazily, you'll have a better idea of like, oh, I'm stuttering and stuff like that. You'll have a better understanding of that. So at some point, I'd recommend getting some sort of overlay set up that allows you to see that frame time graph, so you can know like, okay, I'm getting stutters here. That's why the game feels a bit sluggish or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But still, the performance isn't insane. Could be better, but it's a start. That's good, at least. We're We're actually like in the game. So let's
Yeah,
just resolve a couple issues with the image. If you could you go to the Discord screen share and just like up the quality a little bit?
Yeah.
Is it stable now? What CPU is this again? A 5600X. Working as a salesman in telco, I know what you mean. Yeah. Hey, oh, it's so much smoother. Holy shit. Okay. Now, go into your settings again. And in here, let's go to graphics. Let's make the game look a little bit nicer. So, firstly, I will say with object LOD quality, since you have it at the lowest, that's technically the best for performance, technically, but you are going to see a lot of things pop in. If you don't know, object LOD quality is object level of detail quality, and that controls basically to what distance a lower level of detail is used on objects to try to save some performance. Typically, that can be stuff like a 2D version of a tree when it was usually 3D, where they'll just sort of like swap in a 2D sprite to try to save performance.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're running up to a car and all of a sudden it pops into a completely different car type thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Does that affect being able to see PMCs from a distance or not?
Kind of, because it can actually benefit you depending, because sometimes, like I showed in my settings guide, there's some objects that actually get transparent. Like they actually like dither and like basically turns to a checkerboard of pixels. So sometimes you can actually see through, in very select circumstances, it's not crazy, but sometimes you can like see through some objects when you're not supposed to, which isn't ideal. My personal setting that I set to is 2.5, just to put that out a little bit and make it a bit less noticeable for pop-in, but not reduce your performance by that much.
Yeah.
So you could save that. And then, like you can see, I can show you this. You'll probably see like on the trees when you start walking away from them that they're like 2D, or like they get to a lower quality as you walk away. And then when you get towards them, they sort of like phase into a higher quality.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that'll just help a little bit. And then to make it a little bit nicer as well, I don't know if this is your personal thing, but do you know about HBAO?
I mean, I've watched, like I said, videos before where it's like this is what this setting does and this is what that setting does. But I couldn't tell you what it means, no.
Okay. Basically, it stands for horizon-based ambient occlusion. You don't need to know that. Basically, it's a little bit of extra shadowing around certain objects to make things not look so, like, out of place. So, like, if you look, like, at your feet, not like, sorry, just directly ahead of you a little bit, that pile of junk right in front of you. You see how where it meets the ground, it's just, like, there, and there's no, like, any...
shadowing.
So if you go to HBAO and even set it to something like max performance, you'll see a little bit of detail shadowing around that, and actually on your gun too. So it can make it look a bit more like things are popping out in the image. So you can see, you see what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair play.
Isn't that look a lot better? I think it looks a lot better. But
miles better.
you can see too. You see where your hand meets the gun now. It's like a little bit darker where your hand meets the gun.
Yeah. Just little subtle things.
Yeah, it's very light on your performance as well when it's on max performance, because it only impacts your performance if you're GPU bottlenecked, which you could see that in my MSI Afterburner overlay video what that means. But basically, it's when your GPU usage is at 100%. So when the GPU is the limiting factor, that's when this impacts performance. And odds are on these more complex maps, that's not your issue most of the time. So yeah, I really like HBAO. Adds a little bit of detail. I don't like going really high up in HBAO because it impacts your performance a bit more when you're GPU bottlenecked, and it's also a lot darker. Like the shadows get a lot more intense, and I kind of don't like that. So that's why I like being in max performance. I think it just adds a little bit of subtle detail, and it makes things just like stand out in the environment more. To me personally.
Yeah, I think my big balance with it all is just trying to, because I find that a lot of the time on the darker maps, people are just shooting me from corners when I'm like walking straight at him and I can't see him type thing. So I'm kind of trying to find that balance between still being able to like see a target from a reasonable distance away, or like make out that it's a target, but also like the game's still looking nice enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, I will address in chat, fictitious, I agree. HBAO Colored Ultra does look good at reflecting the color. but that is very intensive for most people, so that's why I don't tend to recommend it for the average average guy. Thank you, Chill, by the way, for staying here. I appreciate you helping out. You've been a big help. Thank you, Chill. Genuinely, I appreciate it. You have a good one. Okay. And then the next thing, too, is SSR, or screen space reflections. Basically, that's what it sounds like. It's reflections. You see them in windows. You see them in puddles. You see them on metallic objects sometimes, depending. For me, because of my GPU, I have a 4070 Ti Super. I run with Ultra. I don't recommend that right now for the average person, though I do recommend possibly having it on low, just to have that. There's just a little bit of detail reflection. I will say water looks like doo-doo fart ass with SSR on low, in my opinion. But I do like how certain metallic objects get a little bit of sheen to it. And also when it's raining, it's snowing right now, so you can't see it. But when it's raining, it does actually make your gun a little bit shiny. So just a little detail thing that I think is nice, and not much.
Does it have much of an impact on like frame rate, etc.? Yeah,
when it's on low, no, not really. It's
okay, good.
It's not that bad. As you up it, it can get increasingly intensive because the resolution of the reflections gets increased. But yeah. Also, Krusty K, thank you for the follow. JLC, thank you for the follow as well. Also, thank you, Boned. I appreciate it. I'm glad to help with the performance, man. Thanks for being here. And then next in your settings too, did you have anisotropic filtering on?
A fun game.
I think you did, which is good. Scroll down. Yeah, you did. So that's good. That's good. That should definitely help with textures when they're on the ground as they go like further away from you, or on like on walls. It basically controls how textures look when they're on things that aren't facing toward you. So as they turn further and further away, it takes samples of the texture to try to display it in a clearer manner. Also, I would honestly, I like running Reflex. I think having Reflex on genuinely helps with how the response of the game feels. Basically what it does is your CPU does work and your GPU does work. What this does is it syncs up that work. So when the CPU is done with what it's doing, it can just pass off stuff to the GPU. It does it quicker, or not quicker, but it does it, and then it shoots it to the display. So there's no like waiting for the GPU to process the next frame before giving it the work from the CPU that is prepared. There's none of that like back and forth. It's just synced up a bit more, so it helps a lot with latency. But to be clear, there has been a bug recently with it. For some select users, where if they run raids for a significant amount of time, they all of a sudden see a drastic reduction in performance, like 30%, until they disable the setting. Typically, it should only have like a 1 to 2% performance impact, but the latency increase or latency decrease is a lot. So you can run it on, you can see how it feels, but if you notice that FPS gets dropped by a lot, then you can switch it back off. It's your call. I've been running it with on for the majority of the wipe and have not experienced any major issue yet. So then that's I mean, that's that. I mean, do you have any questions about like post effects or anything?
I messed around with the gamma settings on like the Nvidia what's the name of it? It's like the Nvidia settings, but on your like your display settings on your actual computer, if that makes sense.
No problem, Gamerland or Death.
I'm kind of happy with. I am happy with how the game looks. I just want to be able to make targets out. But as I say, whenever I shoot something, I don't want it to just. My game will like hard freeze. As soon as I shoot a button, it'll just freeze for like 10 seconds, and then it warps back into like thinking I'm already on the ground dead. So.
Well, if you want to try to scav into something real quick, because that'll be an online raid, you can see if you still get those stutters.
Yeah.
Odds are you should be okay, but. Is 32 gigs not enough anymore? It's still fine. It still suffices. It's definitely the standard now. Having 16 gigs is kind of a pain unless you run lowest textures, basically. Restart game. Did I change something that needs to restart? Also, I kind of don't want him to restart, because if he gets a bug when, like, I want it to be worst case. Like, loading into an offline raid, just to have that be an additional like RAM pressure. I just want to make sure everything's working. Say, go to streets. Fuck it.
Do it.
Throw it into the gauntlet.
Oh. Well, I can't even run customs at the moment, so like I say, this will definitely be a test.
And there's more things that I would recommend to you, like possibly reducing the amount of background apps, getting rid of that gigabyte crap. I'd recommend that. I would.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd really recommend Process Lasso to you unless you think you have a lot of stuff that you could put onto one core. Like I wouldn't recommend Discord on one core. I wouldn't recommend Chrome on one core. Basically, I should explain. Process Lasso allows you to sort processes out to be on certain cores or threads, I should say. So you can place Tarkov, and this is what I recommend to a lot of people sometimes if they have a lot of stuff in the background, is you can place Tarkov on, like, in your case, the last 5 cores on your CPU, and then take the first core on your CPU and reserve it for stuff like your peripheral software. So like SteelSeries stuff or Logitech apps or Corsair IQ, or for example, your Gigabyte RGB software, stuff like that. So that those apps, because you're not really using them, they're just separated off onto one core, so that if they're doing anything in the background, you don't have to worry about it because they're just on that, and it's not going to affect your performance.
That makes sense.
Besides if the system memory that they were allocating was causing an issue. If that was still an issue, then that would still be, you know. But besides that, it shouldn't be affecting.
See, this is crazy because even loading that caching or caching, however you say it,
Cache.
that would start lagging for me. So like I'd get loads of freezes of the character moving, but like you hadn't froze once yet.
Yep, that was because of that hard drive. I bet you 1001. Yeah. Like I have a hard drive sitting in my computer case right now, but I unironically disabled it in my device manager because I don't use it anymore. So because I'm lazy and I didn't take it out of the case, I just like disabled it in there and then left it in there. I should probably take it out, but I was like, if I need to like throw something in there, and I can enable it, throw it in there, and then disable it again.
Is it worth me getting rid of that hard drive out of the computer?
Well, if you use it for storing some things, then it's off
Just
the
like
paging file
pictures and
now,
stuff like
so-
that.
Yeah, if it's off the paging file now, you should be okay. As long as the game's not installing it, it's not using the paging file on it, you should be fine.
Yeah, fair.
How many cores would you dedicate with the 5800X? Minimum of 6, I would say. Max of 7. But I wouldn't, like I said, I have a video talking about it. I wouldn't recommend, typically I don't with 6-core CPUs recommend Process Lasso. It depends on the scenario. But really Process Lasso is best suited for people who have a lot of threads. It's like people with a 5950X or like a 13900K or whatever other CPU that has a lot of cores, like a 7950X 3D, stuff like that. That's where I recommend Process Lasso more often, is for those scenarios, because then they have enough cores to where they can actually put like Discord and their browser on like several different separate cores. Can you upload your Riva Tuner profile? It should be an off topic in my Discord, but that's for Capframe X. This right here. This is for Capframe X. Hey Clem, do you accept DMs? Just wanted to ask. Yeah, I do. Just it may take me a while to respond, just because I have a lot of them. So, you can always make a post in the help forum as well, and then other people can see it as well. So, even if you do ping me in there, at least other people can see it and help you if it takes me a while. It's gonna take us 15 years to match for a Streets raid.
Shows the right map.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what settings do you generally recommend for a 5800X with 3070 Ti? Low textures, honestly. If you want the most consistent experience on an 8GB GPU right now, I would probably go for that. And then LOD quality max 2.5 right now. Everything else would be basically outside the game, so I don't really can't really comment on it without seeing. Just want to make sure I won't get ignored. Yeah, you're awesome. Thanks, Faf. Okay, I'm gonna go recreate Tarkov on the Unreal Engine by the time that this loading is done. That should only take like maybe 10 minutes. It's early wipe, so I'm not surprised. Streets just take a while. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, chat. If you didn't know, I am on YouTube and Twitch. I was just gonna say that really quick. So if Twitch is your preferred platform, I am there as well. And since this is the last PC Sherpa of the day, I do have my Discord open, which is pinned in the chat. So if you want to get some help from the, I think there's almost, what are we at, 2,300 members in the Discord right now, something like that. There's a lot of people, so you can find some help in there too if you need help and don't get a chance to talk to me directly. Yeah, my Project Lasso video, yeah, it still stands right now to this day. It just depends on your CPU and if it helps with Tarkov or not. It depends on your CPU and depends on what you have running in the background. Does the 3700K run super hot? Yes. It depends on your cooler, but yeah, it can run pretty hot. Those CPUs, when gaming, they can draw like 100 watts depending on the workload. So yeah, it can be pretty toasty. Anisotropic on or off, 3060 12 gig and a 5700G on. You should be fine because it only affects GPU bound scenarios, so you should be okay. Hey, you're in.
Oh my god.
There we go. Not the best performance, but there's only so much you can expect from the 5600. It's lifting a lot of weight here, honestly.
I can shoot bullets as well. It's a miracle.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
good as-
I can put up with it as long as I can play the actual map and just play the
Right.
game in a basic way. I don't mind playing in this, well, 40 to 50. But I mean, we've loaded in, it's running.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not the
yeah,
worst.
wowza.
Oh, Lord. Oof.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, it's running. It's good to see. And there's obviously, like I said when I was telling you while we were loading in, there's some stuff that you can do to help a little bit more.
Yeah.
And there is the depths of like tuning your RAM and trying to OC your CPU if you're interested in eventually trying to go for that. But honestly, with that CPU right now, getting to this point on streets is pretty good so far. So
It's a miracle, mate.
we
It's an
haven't
actual
checked.
miracle.
That's a good place to check too, Wild. Let's really quickly check your CPU clocks. Go to Task Manager again when you can.
Just on somewhere where we can actually. Okay, Task Manager.
You might have to switch to your screen again, by the way.
Yep.
No problem, Dash. Aren't Intel CPUs really hot in general? Yeah, they're pretty hot. The higher end ones especially, but okay, go to performance again. And then go to CPU. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's boosting correctly, but let me make sure. You have a 5600X boost clock. What's the default boost clock? Let's see. Up to 4.6 gigahertz. I'm guessing that's single core. Yep. Okay. So yeah, that's not awful behavior. I don't think it's thermal throttling. We could always check that using like hardware info or stuff like that, but that seems like it's behaving correctly. Yeah. Awesome. Great. That is exactly what we're looking for. Cool. I think you're chilling. Should
Fantastic, mate. This is genuinely, mate. You've saved me a lot of money going to that PC shop tomorrow.
Yeah, odds are at that PC shop they wouldn't have been able to figure this out either.
No, really?
Well, I mean, if they knew, like, you could tell them this, like, you're getting stuttering in game, but like,
yeah,
maybe they could have removed the hard drive and that would have resolved this issue if they like pieced it together. But I don't know if they would have actually, like, you know, they don't have the context of like Tarkov and like the performance issues in the past and all that. So I don't know if they would have necessarily caught that because you know, they don't have that info. But yeah, yeah, so far so good. In the future, you may want to, like, if you ever, you know, remake this build or like get a new SSD, I'd recommend getting like a nice like NVMe PCIe like Gen 3 or 4 SSD as your boot drive, and that should also help with your loading times and with how responsive the game or the system.
So what was it? What was the SSD?
I would get like a PCIe Gen 3 or 4 NVMe SSD. They look like sticks of gum. And I would get probably you could find a decent 1 terabyte drive that's like PCIe Gen 3 or 4 for like maybe under $100. So
Fair.
yeah. And then you would just reinstall Windows, which isn't too difficult. But then you have to make sure when you reinstall Windows, just reinstall chipset drivers, GPU drivers will be good. If you need help with that, my Discord is there. You can still message me. I mean, you came on here, so if you need anything, just let me know. Yeah, and then I would also, if you ever get the money, the upgrade that I would put in the socket for your CPU would be the 5700X 3D. Because then you can just unseat your CPU cooler, take it off, take out the CPU, put in the new one, and then put the CPU cooler back on with new thermal paste, and bingo, bingo, bongo. You've got like 30% plus extra performance from that drop-in. And that's like maybe $200 right now, I think.
Yeah. I ain't had this one long that I've had in there, to be fair. But
how long have you had it?
maybe only about like a year max.
Okay. Yeah. But just make sure you get the CPU that's X3D. That's very important. The non-3D ones will perform substantially worse than the 3D counterparts. So
right.
Make sure that's the whole trick, is because it has extra cache on the chip that allows for more data to be closer to the CPU and increase your performance, basically.
Right.
So yeah, there's that. Do you have any other questions or anything?
No, I genuinely am over the moon that you've taken the time to do that for me. So like, thank you so much, mate.
Of course, dude.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
that's
when I read it, I was like, yeah, okay, I know what this is gonna be. This should be fairly quick.
I can't believe it's so simple for some people. Like, that blows my mind. Like,
that's why I'm doing this in the first place, because you have all these, like, there is performance issues in Tarkov. Don't get me wrong, like, but there's other external issues as well that you know can cause some issues. So at least you're playable now, and yeah,
I will. I'll keep you updated on how it's panning out on that.
Alrighty, sounds good.
But yeah, mate, thank you so much. Genuinely,
of course.
I can't express how much I appreciate you taking the time to do that.
Yeah, of course, dude. It's no problem. So. It's what I do, man.
Yeah. Right. Well, have a good one. Thank you so much, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Alrighty, sounds good. Let me know.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Another W. Another W. See, I knew like the second I read it, I was like, yeah, I know what that is. His clock speeds did seem a little bit low, but Task Manager's also averaging it out. So there could be some cores that are down clocking. So, yeah. Oh man. Oh, it's warm in here, chat. Oh, it's 80 degrees in my room. I'm baking. CPU virtualization enable on EFT. If I remember correctly, no, off the top of my head. Yeah, from what I remember, it's no. I may have talked about it in a video a long time ago, but you have a Ryzen 5 7600X 7800 XT running 1440p with FSR3 and FPS only around 60 and 90. Does that sound right? If that's on like customs or streets, yeah, that sounds about right for that CPU on streets. Greetings on K Waffle. What's up, man? How's it going? It's been going well. It's been going well. It's been going pretty well, honestly. We had three good Sherpas today. Oh man, that was good. That was a good run. How do you have your MSI Afterburner set up? It's Capframe X that I'm using right now. My MSI Afterburner setup is in a video that I made, though, if you want to see that. Well, dude, it just gets really warm in this freaking room. Like, with my computers in here, like, right, what's the temperature out right now? It is 23 degrees Fahrenheit in my room right now. So for people in Europe, it's like -3 degrees Celsius, I think, something like that. Just under freezing, about 10 degrees under freezing Fahrenheit. So, it's cold outside, but it's still like an oven in here. But I do have a video on the control panel settings. There's not much new that I recommend at all. Most of the settings in there don't necessarily matter as much. As long as you leave them at system default, you should be okay, besides things like shader cache. I personally set shader cache on limited just so that since I have no storage problem, I just cache all the shaders until I update drivers and then they reset. So I never really have an issue. Let me need to keep your PCs in the hallway. I need to have like a ventilation system that like, it's like a chimney for my computers that vents all the hot air outside. But yeah. I'm gonna pop out of here for now. Just to relax for a little bit for the rest of the night. If you guys have any other additional questions, make sure you post them in Discord. People will be in there trying to help out as much as they can. It's W stream today went well. Really good stream. I'll answer one more question real quick. Can you show me which core threads I should turn on or off for the 10850K? It all depends on what you have in the background. If it's like, I think it's a 16, is it a 16 core CPU? If it's a 16 core CPU, or even, I think it might be a 12 core. I don't remember. But you shouldn't have to turn anything off for Tarkov, unless you're sorting other tasks to different. Oh, it's a 10 core. If it's a 10 core, then you may want to sort. If you have things in the background, you may want to sort them to be on the first core or the first 2 cores. Besides Discord and Chrome, don't touch those. Or like your browser, don't touch that. But other things can probably go on the first 2 cores, like RGB software, peripheral software. Other than that, you should be fine. You shouldn't need it. But anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Have a good rest of the day as well, Breach. And I will, I'll see you guys at the latest next Friday. So, yeah, you guys have a good one, and I will see you soon. Join the Discord as well, pinned. Make sure you join that Discord. And also follow me on Twitch, or wherever else. I have a Twitter as well. Go to wherever. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
EFT is not a fun game.